All right, it is June 18th, 2022. This is episode 69 of the Zenspath 4-Button Podcast. Nice. I'm your host, Jeremy Powers. Joining me locally once again, the boys are back in town. Caleb.
Hello.
And Amon. For those of you on audio, Amon waved. You on video, Amon didn't talk.
It's just like, hello.
Forgot this was
for a brief moment. I was like, this is an audio format for half the show, right?
I'm here to communicate in smoke signals.
It starts doing sign language. I'll be like, all right, we're going video only this show.
Well, SOS flashes.
And I needed an interpreter because I don't remember much sign language, sadly. I used to have a friend that was deaf, but I was a little kid. It's been so long.
I just said, hello, I love you. But
there you go. Nice.
Yeah.
All right, so we have so much to talk about this show. It is going to be kind of fast-paced with a lot of stuff going on. We're going to have to skim over certain topics. We'll dig into a few things that catch our interest. But before we do that, as we always do, real quick, we're going to be talking about what we've been doing. And Caleb, you want to start us off on that?
1 second.
Okay, Amon, you want to start us off on that?
Yeah. So I actually just became the leader of a small nation called Mumbalia. I'm just kidding, that didn't happen.
Wow.
No, I really haven't done anything this week except work and go watch Lightyear, which was actually really good. Probably ranking up there higher in my Pixar movies, if I gotta be honest.
Really?
Completely non-spoiler. Enjoyed it. Chris Evans is an absolute Chad. Keke Palmer, absolute Chad. Or female Chad, or just Chad, you know. And then Tiki YT is just absolutely great. And
wait, Taika Waititi's in it?
Yeah, Taika Waititi.
That's great. I didn't know that.
Yeah, he's in the movie too. So,
well, that just makes this even better.
Yeah, great movie.
All right, I'm ready now.
Well, you didn't have to say that.
We'll get to you when Amon is done, Caleb. Wait your turn.
Is he not done
sir.
yet?
Well, I was, but now I also have dusted off my PS5 because I went to go get Tales of Arise, and I've been watching all these conferences, and I need more PS5 games because I have like 2, which is my own fault. But yeah. But I have 3 controllers.
Good lord, man.
I have a problem. They made my 2 favorite. I got the white one, of course, and then they made my 2 favorite colors options. That exact shade of blue and that exact shade of purple. It's not my fault.
You know, you can. They're making the cases. You could actually put those 2 shades of colors on both sides of your PS5, so you could have one side be the blue, one side be the purple, and that be the casing on your PS5.
So I'm not going to tell you that I already ordered those and they're on back order for a hot minute, but like I'm going to have a good August. That's all I'm going to say.
Nice. Well, good. Well, hopefully have a good show today as well.
Yeah.
All right, Caleb, now that, you're off your phone and paying attention to the class.
Look, I have a slight emergency things happening. So I'm trying to communicate.
Blame emergencies. Okay.
So, but anyways.
He's taking care of his cat. That is important.
All right. So I also went to see Lightyear. It was a good time. And I don't agree with the critics. Apparently some critics have hated it I didn't really see a problem with the movie myself, but I had a good time with it. It was fun. I don't know. I'm like, y'all just weird. Of course, Master Duel has had a recent event trying to get some more gems so I can get more cards because just an infinite number of cards.
That's Yu-Gi-Oh a Yu-Gi-Oh cards thing, right?
There. Yes, Yu-Gi-Oh.
Okay, so I want to make sure. I am not the most knowing of Yu-Gi-Oh.
Yeah, I know. I mean, me neither.
Get your head in the game, Jeremy.
And then Bloodstained Ritual of the Night. I have it on Switch, so I finally got the Aurora DLC, and that's the closest thing I'll ever get to a sequel to Child of Light, which I'm happy and kind of sad about, but there you go. So I'm pretty happy with
the deluxe edition they had at Dusty's?
No, probably not.
It came with like the figure and the steelbook and everything. I keep looking at it.
Bloodstained or Child of Light?
No. Bloodstained.
No, I didn't do that.
Yeah. All right. Well, I guess I'll cover mine really quick then. I've been doing. We actually started a Minecraft Realms server for us, which I've been doing the 11-person account, which means I can be playing along with 10 other friends. But so far, I've had one person that's played with me. Two, actually. John joined in once. So I might drop that down to the 4-person because, why pay for the $8 and I can pay $4 a month for it. But it's been a lot of fun, like having a consistent world that's always there so people can just join in. If you guys ever want, you just have to have Bedrock and I can give you the code. You can get in. So if anybody ever listens to this and wants to play Minecraft with us, it's fun.
It's fun.
But what I haven't been playing is Minecraft on PS4 or PS5. I bought a copy of it, a physical copy, and I was like, hey, I'm going to get this because I can play it in VR. Like, Beyond the Realm running around in VR would be hilarious. No, Sony decided not. So they have a weird rule where you have to sign with your Microsoft account, which, mind you, I've only ever had one Microsoft account. Since the Xbox Live launch, I've had one PlayStation account since PlayStation Network launched back on PS3. Somehow they're saying, oh, your PlayStation account is connected to a different Microsoft account and it can never be changed. So they wouldn't allow my account to connect. And their response was, you can delete your Xbox account, mind you, everything I've purchased and done since the original Xbox all the way to now, and make a new one so that you can play Minecraft, or else it's not going to work. I returned the game. They actually took the game back. I was like, nope, not doing this. I'm done.
So me and my wife have been I've been trying to get, because I just want to see it done, and I'm kind of lazy, honestly. And I'm trying to get the legacy account back, but they keep pushing back or whatever. I don't even know. It's just like we pushed it back to where you can, we're gonna connect your legacy. Don't worry, we'll get to it. We're gonna do it. And we pushed it back again. I'm just like, come on, y'all. Just give me just. Well, what deep files are you sorting through?
Right. Like I had high hopes. Like, I know Microsoft has been weirdly behind on doing Minecraft updates. Like, let me preface that. Like, they've done really good updates. Caves and stuff is one of the newest ones, and that's been an absolutely amazing update for Bedrock. But like, where is the ray tracing update? Where is like an actual Series X, Series S, PS5 upgrade? Where the game is going to take advantage of those systems to enhance it. I would have been tempted to play it on PS5 to see, like, if you're mining, like, use the haptic feedback on different materials or something. Like, that would have been kind of cool.
That'd been cool.
The Xbox can do that as well, but not to the same level as what a PS5 can. But apparently the online works for this one, so whatever.
Yeah.
But it goes back and forth on that, but I don't know. But on a happier note, I did pick up last night and play for a couple of hours into the middle of the night, which I probably should have done this morning, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Shredder's Revenge, which, holy crap, is absolutely a thing of beauty. As a lifelong Ninja Turtles fan, all the way back, I remember, I think it was like 5th grade, our little handmade yearbooks were Ninja Turtle themed, and I grew up watching the cartoon and reading the comics and everything, watching the movies. So this is straight up a love letter to that. Like, every little detail in the animation fits with the characters. They brought back every living voice actor from the show that they could. Obviously, some of them have passed on, but they got some pretty close fill-ins for those, thankfully. Mm-hmm. But even like little details in the background with the animation, little references and characters that popped up, like, oh, I haven't seen that thing in decades, or there's this, and yeah, get it. It's so good. Plus, you can play 6 people at the same time.
Really?
Yeah, 6-player online or 6-player local at the same time, drop in, drop out.
So did you get the pizza?
No, that's with the physical edition, which is coming out later. I'm going to pre-order that. I bought this on Xbox because when I went to go see how much it was like $22. And then I realized I don't know where it came from. Microsoft was like, you have a $10 credit on your account. I was like, using it, $12, I'm in. So for $12, I got Ninja Turtles. I'm going to get the physical copy on Switch because I eventually do want this to be affordable.
Yeah.
But it's such a good just beat 'em up in the vein of Ninja Turtles as it should be. lot of throwbacks to Turtles in Time and things like that. I think it's actually a continuation of the same story. So you're starting off chasing after Rocksteady and Bebop, who are carrying the head of Krang, like his big body. Like they're trying to get away with it, which that is hilariously animated for that little head bouncing around. Yeah, I was posting some screenshots on Discord last night, and I was like, I'm trying to keep it to the first level. I don't want to spoil anybody, but like the artwork is just absolutely beautiful. The music is both remakes of the original music and licensed music that all kind of fit the theme of it or are Turtles based, which has been absolutely great. They recreated the opening of the Ninja Turtles cartoon, but updated it for the game. So it's got a new version of the song, new animation that's got a lot of throwbacks to it. All the characters have their own unique animations. So they have like particular taunts that they'll do, or different running animations. Mikey's are absolutely hilarious. If he just goes running, he's all like flinging his arms around trying to run. Donatello's my boy. That is my favorite Ninja Turtle that I stick with, just hands down.
I was literally watching the show the other day, and we were talking about like how your favorite Ninja Turtle, what it says about your personality, and then someone was like, I'm totally a Michelangelo, like, you know, and it's like, oh yeah, this is like really artistic and like empathetic. I was like, well, what do they say about Donatello? Well, it says you have a stick. And that just made me laugh because I'm like, I personally am a Leonardo guy because
you have a stick. Holy crap! I'm both laughing and hurt at the same time.
It was just so funny because they went through all the turtles, and the guy was like, "What's that?"
You know what's bad?
What?
I do have a stick. I actually have my wife. My wife is a black belt in Yoshikai Karate, and we have like 2 actual bow staff in the house.
Yeah, yeah.
So yeah, I guess it's true. I like Donatello because I have a stick.
I'm a Leonardo. It says I can be narcissistic, but for the greater good and overall. Like, I was like, it's fair. That's fair. I'm
so
like
what was Raph? I have to know now. We've already covered Mikey, Leo, and Donnie.
Raph was the secretly sensitive one, but only it's like you're secretly sensitive and aggressive because you care about those around you and you feel like you need to be strong enough to protect them.
Yeah, they really did not like Donatello if they went into that much detail for everyone, and for him, it
was like a joke because the character didn't was just basically like Donatello doesn't do anything, but like there's actually apparently like a quiz you can go and take, which they were referring to.
Oh,
and I went and looked at it. It's actually like a real thing, and I was like,
"That is not a laugh I expected this morning." Thank you very much, Amon.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Donatello has a stick. Oh God. All right, so let's get into this massive heap of news because, good Lord, we've had everything from the Summer Game Fest, the Xbox Bethesda event. We've had Square Enix come out and say some stuff. Capcom came out and said some stuff. Just lots of people saying stuff.
Yeah.
So let's just jump through this. Starting off with the Summer Game Fest happened last week. They started off with Street Fighter 6 character reveals, mostly a trailer about Guile, showed a couple other characters, which we'll talk about in the Capcom event later. Next up was Aliens Dark Descent 2023 coming to PS5, PS4, Xbox Series XS, Xbox One, and PC. You know what? I'm not going to do that for every one of these. It's going to be ridiculously long. It looked like an above-view twin-stick shooter. Go ahead, Amon.
I was just going to say, we could just say coming to everything except. Or
yeah, that might be easier just to say what's not coming to. There's a few notable I'll point out, but yeah, I'm hoping this is not going to be a Colonial Marines situation. This is actually hopefully
I honestly thought about that. I was like, oh, another Aliens game.
Well, did you guys see this? Like the gameplay trailer looked very much like it would be like a first-person shooter, Colonial Marine style. And then they showed clips of gameplay, and it's like 3/4 view, above view, twin-stick shooter. And I'm like, I'm okay with that. Just start off with that. Like, just... let us know that's where you're going, because that's a great way to do an Aliens squad-based 4-player shooter. Like, that's a great idea. Because you can have aliens coming in from all different directions as you're going through. Like, it works for me. Just don't give me some ridiculous cinematic if that's not even going to be remotely what the game is like. Next up, this was a surprise to me that I really loved how it looked. Callisto Protocol, coming December 2nd, 2022. PS5, PS4, Xbox, Steam, and Epic Games.
Yeah.
From the makers of Dead Space.
No, I was really excited about this one.
It definitely looks like Dead Space. I
Yeah,
was watching the trailer. I was like, it's Dead Space.
I thought it was Dead Space at first.
It's literally Dead Space.
It's very detailed and nasty. Survival horror.
Like,
go ahead, Amon.
I don't like horror. I'm a wussy when it comes to most things horror.
That's what lights are for.
But I really mess with Dead Space. Like, I don't know if it's because it was like in a transitional period of my time and I was like really getting back into gaming after being away from it for so long. I would play Dead Space with my homies. Or I don't know if it's just because like it's a horror element that I can conquer, but I enjoy Dead Space and I'm like, yo, this looks pretty good, you know?
It was the stomping, wasn't it?
I don't know.
Stomp on all your problems.
It was that mixed with the incredible voice acting of the other two.
Yeah.
I think Dead Space had some of the best like voice acting in a video game I've experienced.
The Dead Space series did such a good job with the mechanics of it, coming up with the idea of like behind the back, having your meter as part of the back of your character and the way everything kind of worked and ran. And it was just 1 and 2 were phenomenal. 3 fell off a cliff. And then surprisingly, the light gun shooter on the Wii was a lot of fun.
Yeah. You notice how I said Dead Space 1 and 2? Yeah.
3
I would
not so
point out,
much.
yeah, 3 kind of, that was, I think it was EA getting into like, we want to make this a multiplayer shooter. I'm like, nope, you done fudged
3,
up,
they're
guys.
like, yo, have y'all seen Destiny? Like, hear me out. Dead Space, Destiny.
I didn't think Destiny was out
Dead
then.
Space. I think it was. Maybe.
I don't know. Some of that dark ages.
Sweet, cool.
Next up, no shock. Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 got a gameplay trailer coming out October 28th. Sure is another COD.
Sure is.
Well, here's the thing.
It looked great. I mean, I'll give them that.
I'll be honest with y'all. I might have to show up for this one. I've been out for a while. I've been out for a hot minute since the last Modern Warfare 2. But like,
right.
I might have to show up for this, y'all.
I mean, they showed the gameplay trailer was the opening mission when you're doing the raid on the ship, which but even back on the 360 was a beautiful showcase of how the game could be. So it looks really good, updated. And I might, if it's a reasonable cost, or maybe pick it up a little bit cheaper later on, just to at least replay the story with the updated graphics. I'm not a big care about the multiplayer for Call of Duty. It's just such an environment of people I don't want to mess with, you know?
See, yeah, no, I feel that. For me, it's not the cost, really. It's the storage amount of space it's going to take up. If this is taking up like the traditional new era Call of Duty of like 240 gigs, I'm not going to cop it. Or I'll cop it on PC, play it, then delete it. But like, it's gotta come correct. But it felt nostalgic, but it also felt new. And the fact that there are no zombies in it, I'm like, thank you. I am so sick of zombies, man.
Zombies I thought was a good side mode. Like, I'm okay with that. It's a fun side mode to co-op with people. But I didn't realize there was no zombies.
Yeah.
Darn it.
Well, they said there would be no zombies. So there might be. It's Call of Duty, so.
You know they will.
Well, what looks like will have zombies is the next game, Witchfire, which is Epic's game store, which looks like a first-person shooter mixed with magic. I mean, it looked intriguing. I don't know, probably.
It definitely did look interesting. I was like, I'll have to see. I don't know. Looks
caught my attention.
My interest just a little bit.
Yeah. Next was Fort Solis which is on Steam. Features Troy Baker and Roger Clark. It's a space station mystery. I need to see more about this one before I can really give an opinion. Like, they didn't really show too much about it. Next up after that, this I am really excited for. This is Routine, coming to PC and then console exclusive for Xbox Series X, S, and Xbox One and sometime in 2023. It's a survival horror shooter that takes place on a moon base built around the 1980s ideals of space travel and technology. So everything has that 80s theme to it, which is kind of cool.
Everything I've ever wanted, bruh.
Well, it's like Blade Runner style technology, which I always had a fascination with, like what they thought the future would look like in the 80s, you know, before you guys were born.
I was born. You're right.
I'm about to say you guys 90s babies, right?
Yeah, the superior decade.
Yeah, I was a 90s high schooler.
I was born in the
Children.
superior decade. Just saying.
Oh no, I got to live through the 80s. I am what half of your stuff is all coming from now.
I mean, the 90s is pretty iconic. I'm just saying.
The 90s does have some good stuff.
Yeah.
But this game was announced 10 years ago and then just disappeared and then popped up again. So
that's what I'm hoping. I'm hoping that'll happen to Scalebound. And I'm just going to bring that up because I like Scalebound.
Oh, Lord.
It's my favorite Xbox game.
It wasn't even a game. It was
my
like
favorite Xbox
trailer.
game that never came out.
They have to fix a lot for that, but we'll see. Who knows?
Just just reskin Monster.
I mean, how can you mess that up? Shoot things, slash things, block things, call in Big Dragon, burn the whole town down. What's have a dedicated button for that one.
Let me introduce you to this thing called game development. It's not
that doesn't exist.
You guys wouldn't click on the Xbox button so it wouldn't render to Xbox. Yeah, that's not how that works.
Like that SpongeBob me. Patrick, stop saying Santa. It's scary. Ho, ho, ho. Game development. Mechanics. Stop it. It's scary.
Oh, no. After that, they showed Fall Guys Season 1 because this game was supposed to be coming out to different systems, and they decided to make it free to play, which is why it got delayed. Coming out June 21st, so by the time you hear this, I'm sorry, you can play it, I guess. You don't have to, but you can.
Yeah, definitely.
PS5, PS4, Xbox Series XS, Xbox One, Switch, Epic Game Store. I just want to do it for fun that time.
Yeah.
We'll talk about this again
Everything
in a little bit.
Steam.
Yeah, because they bought the company, or Epic did, so no Steam. Stormgate 2023 beta. I was kind of interested in this. It's an RTS from previous Blizzard developers, and then I realized it's free to play, and I was like, "Nah, I'm probably out."
Yeah.
But they swore no pay to win, no NFTs, etc. But
well, that doesn't really do much anymore these days. Just saying, no, we're not going to do. Just kidding.
Right,
actually.
With a flip of a switch, we could do it for long enough to get some money and then shut it back off again.
Yeah.
High Water, coming out in 2022, was next. It's a very colorful post-apocalyptic title. I like the art style, but it gave no idea of what was really going on other than the world ended and you're floating in a boat. I couldn't really understand much of the story behind it.
What more do you need to know?
I think this game could have had, needed to have more interviews or something afterwards to kind of dig into it. After that, they showed America Arcadia, coming soon to PC and console. Basically, your life is a broadcast where there's a certain amount of people living in Arcadia, and people vote as they watch your life. And if you become unpopular, you're voted out, and they kill you. So you have to run for your life.
It's Instagram, the video game.
Yeah, that's very much it. This is like an episode of Dark Mirror, but
what if social media was taken to the extreme? Get ready.
It gives me. I don't know if it's just the way they dress, or the way they talk. It gives me a very 1970s feel. Like it's like if this was social media in the 70s. Hey, I was there for like 6 days. I existed as the very tail end of the 70s. I can just kind of sneak in there and be like, I'm technically a 70s kid.
I think my sister was born in like 79 or maybe 78.
I was born literally the last 6 days of 79. I came right under the wire.
How old are you?
I am 42 years old.
Maybe she's 43. Yeah, you'll be 43 this year. Yeah.
Yeah. More than likely, unless she happened to be born after December 25th of 1979, then she's...
Yeah, I'm saying you'll be 43 this year, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. So she was born... Y'all were born the same year.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. The next game they had was Marvel Midnight Suns, coming October 7th for pretty much everything. Steam and Epic Games as well.
What the heck is happening with this game?
Yeah,
I was like, what?
They're adding in Spider-Man and Doctor Strange, and if you pre-order it, you get a Defender Strange skin. But they showed devil versions of Sabretooth. I think it was Sabretooth. Storm, which could have also been Scarlet Witch. It was hard to tell from the trailer. When I looked at the way she flew in, reminded me of Storm, but then I realized they make Scarlet Witch fly the same way in the movies.
Yeah.
And some of the head, I can't tell. Like, and they should not be comparable. Like Scarlet Witch and Storm look very different for many reasons. But this looked like they just took both of them and crammed them together.
I'm not gonna lie, they're both beautiful, strong women. So
they are, but I don't know which it is. At least Venom and Hulk, their demon versions of them or devil versions, were very clear as who they were.
Venom.
So I'm guessing you'll probably be able to unlock these characters as you rescue them from Lilith's control to probably be more playable characters.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
Yeah, it's a card-based game, so I'm kind of that kills me.
I'm excited.
Ooh, I'm excited now.
Yeah, you guys can enjoy it. I wanted just a multiplayer beat 'em up, you know?
Yeah, that's what I want.
Some X-Men Dimension stuff going on.
That's what I thought it would be, but if it's a card game, that'll be fine for me.
Yeah, that was my disappointment. I was like, oh. What wasn't a disappointment was Cuphead and the Delicious Last Course DLC, which this is coming to all the different versions of it. But what I'm hoping for is they originally said Cuphead would be getting a physical release on the Switch, but they wanted to wait for this DLC to finish so the game would be complete on cartridge. So I'm hoping I get to finally play me some Cuphead. It looks way too difficult. I'm probably not going to have fun with that difficulty, but it's so pretty. I'll be like, oh, I love the animation as I'm dying over and over again. I'll only ever see like the first 3 levels.
I think I think there might be a setting where that you can change to help you out with that. Maybe.
Hopefully they don't like mock me when they do it. I hate when games do that. Like, oh, you need to be easier. Here's your baby mode. Like, you guys can go screw it. Who wants to? Let's see. Next up was Midnight Fight Express, which does look like an old school beat 'em up, coming out August 23rd for Switch, Steam, PS4, and Xbox One. Yeah. So no current gen versions of this, just backwards compatibility. It looked good. It looked like just a fun, old school, hopefully multiplayer, just beat 'em up. And I, being a kid of the 80s and 90s, I'm all about that. Those games are great. That's why I'm playing, Ninja Turtles right now. So, yeah. Who wants to talk about this next one? Because I don't know what these next two are.
Okay. So, Honkai Star Rail is basically kind of like not a sequel to Honkai Impact 3rd, but kind of like a alternate universe. And it's a tactic game. Is that what they call it?
Tactical.
Yeah, tactical role play game. So basically, and it's also probably a gacha because MiHoYo just hates everything and wants us to be in pain. So people have been
want to roll for the 5-star.
People have been asking MiHoYo, the makers of Genshin Impact and Honkai Impact 3rd, to just release a full game. They're like, we'll pay for it. Come on, please.
We'll give you money.
And they're like, you know what? No. So
no.
It's kind of something that the fan base is like, yay, but also like boo hiss because like, come on, man. Like,
it's you already have 2
money.
Gacha games. Like,
you have 2 of the most successful gachas on. I think Genshin might be the highest grossing gacha, actually. Like, there was that time, like, people on Twitch were like, oh, we're spending $100,000 on pools, and everybody's like, oh, we're going to do it. Yeah, it was crazy.
It's like,
if I ever see someone spend more than I spent on my house on a gacha game, I'm going to slap them with a closed fist because they deserve it.
Yes, they do. But
I'm sorry, but no.
No, don't apologize. I somewhat agree. So that's what that's about. So I'm kind of like, I really wanted a full game. So I'm just like, I'm not probably even going to download it, honestly, out of spite. But then Zenless Zone Zero. That's a plot. I'm actually like low-key kind of excited about this one.
Of course, it said Zenless, and I was like, what?
No more Zen's podcast.
Is this against me?
Zenless.
Less Jeremy?
Today we fight injustice. But no, this is like an action role-playing game. And it's by HoYoverse, which is also the same kind of company. So this one looks interesting. We've got some characters in here that I kind of want to play. Mm-hmm. So it's gonna be, unfortunately, like an Android iOS game as well. But it says Microsoft Windows, so we'll see. But it just it has the potential to be dope because we got a lot of, as they say, waifu characters in this one.
What will probably happen is they'll just have a PC version of it that you can play, and then it'll link to the mobile version. I don't know, something stuck in my throat. Sorry.
It's greatness. That's what it is.
This is where we remind Caleb there's a mute button.
No.
No.
The audience must hear my suffering.
His
And then
glorious
Caleb was
flemminess.
never on the Zenspath podcast again.
That he was
will be.
banished.
I'm desperate
He
for
is now
friends.
zenless.
Yeah. I'll be here. It'll always be Zen.
But yeah, no, it was those are two like Honkai games that I'm excited for, but probably are going to be a letdown because they're not on a full console, and I just don't want to like do gotchas anymore. I want to like play a full game and earn characters on my own sucky merit. Like
Yeah.
like you have enough gotcha games. Like come on, the MiHoYo, aka China.
Yeah, going into mobile phone gaming feels like I'm walking into a casino. Like there's not much fun. They're just there to fleece you for all the money they can get with shiny lights.
Yeah, look at all the pretty lights and the loud sounds and the adrenal vapor keeping you awake at all times.
Yeah, I had to go to Vegas recently for a trip out for work, and the guy I went with wanted to go into one of the casinos, and I was like, all right, we walked in there and it's just blaring lights and flashing stuff. And I was like, this is the most un-ADHD loving environment I've ever seen. It wasn't my first time in there, but it's like, it's so crazy. But I have no want to gamble. I was like, fine, I'll spend like $2. I played like a couple rounds of like an Austin Powers game as a joke. And I was like, all right, I'm done. You want my credits? I don't want to do this anymore. He's like, okay. He played for a few minutes and we left, but it was stupid.
About me gambling. I've gambled once. And it wasn't even in Vegas. I went to Vegas and I didn't gamble.
It was with my life.
I won $3,000 and I was like, never gambling again.
Oh yeah, no, you won it on top. That's great.
Yeah, and I was like, cool. I had just turned 18. I was like, I kind of want to do this because like I don't smoke, don't drink, don't do all that stuff. So I'm like, the really only thing that I wanted to do was like play the lottery. So I'm like, okay. And the people I went with was like, yeah, you probably let best be like $5 your first time or whatever. And I was just like, so I did it. And the guy's like, wow, 3,000. He's like, you want to play again? I'm like, nope.
Cash me out. I'm out. That was fun.
Yeah, went and put that in my savings account.
Yeah, that's a good little chunk of change for an 18-year-old.
Yeah, I was like, I'm going to not be stupid because I'm still worried that my parents are going to kick me out. Even though they didn't, I was just like, there's always the opportunity now that I'm 18. My whole birthday, I was just kind of like on edge, like waiting for them to tell me. They're like, here's your cake. I'm like, where's the letter? Where's the eviction notice? Like,
right. Next up, they talked about TMNT Shredder's Revenge, which I've already talked about earlier. They just announced, Casey Jones was added, played that game. It's absolutely fantastic.
He should have been there from the jump.
Well, I mean, he was. They just added him as the last character before they released it. You have to unlock him, by the way. He's not immediately there.
That's what I said. He should have been there from the jump.
I think it's part of the story, but I don't know. I'll let you know when I find him. Once again, another game that I have no business talking about. Caleb, you want to take this one? Because I know Amon talked about the last ones.
Oh, well, I mean, so there's One Piece Odyssey. It's going to come out for everything but Switch.
Well, interesting thing on that is PS5, PS4, only Xbox Series X and S, no Xbox One listed.
Yeah,
that was weird.
And then Steam
was trying to figure out what was up with that.
But it's a One Piece game. I don't know. There's not really too much to say about it. I saw the trailer for it. And what little gameplay we did see, it does seem more like an RPG style, which is what like World Red or whatever the last one was. Probably
I gotta interject. I'm sorry, you were doing horrible justice.
Okay, sir. Go ahead.
It's called World Seeker. First of all, second of all, this is not just a One Piece game. The big thing about this is it is not Dynasty Warriors styles like the previous Pirate Warriors game has been. It's an actual open world RPG going into the depths and the systems with an original story that could be linked back to canon. So No, I'm sorry, I didn't call you out. But like,
this is why I backed off from this one. I was like, I'll let y'all fight over this one.
this could be the game. That's what I'm saying. So, like, yes, the gameplay is choppy, but like, I mean, it looks better than Sonic. So, and
I don't know. Sonic fans are coming back around now. They say Sonic Frontiers is going to be good.
I'm always here for it, even if it's the worst Sonic game. Outside of Sonic Boom, I'll play anything. Sonic Boom pissed me off, so I didn't even touch that. But like, Boom. How was it?
It was Sonic Boom.
Did I feel like I missed nothing? But
I have it because I have a complete Wii U collection, so it had to be on there. It looks great, runs like jank.
Yeah,
like there's so many graphical issues. It's funny. Anyways,
so but yeah, I'm excited for this. I feel like it could be, I feel like this is a game that we've been waiting for. And it's gonna be turn based. But like at the same time, I played a lot of like turn-based games that I feel like are also pretty good. So I'm excited. We'll see. It's a JRPG. So,
but like I when I was watching the trailer, I got a lot of kind of felt like it had connections, not directly connected, but just like stylized with like Dragon Quest. Dragon Quest 11. It just I don't know, the way the art style was and everything kind of made me think of that when I first saw it. I knew it was separate.
Yeah, Dragon Quest is a good game. So if we're being compared to Dragon Quest, I think it'll be okay. I'm sorry, right. Strange or Caleb. I didn't mean.
You're fine. I mean, you knew way more about it than I did. So
I was trying to be nice and spread out the stuff. I guess I called it the wrong person.
You did. I was like,
when we get the Moon Knight, or sorry, not Moon Knight.
Moon Knight.
When we get to the other thing, that's all you, Strange.
Sure, you don't want to take over at that point.
No, I'll talk about that one.
Welcome to Moon Knight.
No, it's not Moon Knight.
It is.
I know. That's what I'm saying.
I'm going to refer to it as such for every time.
No.
Yeah, that's my thing.
This Disney Plus streaming service,
right? Man, he's really violent. So
why does he say Shaw?
Yeah, this weird one is kind of gaming related, but also Samsung TV related. Launching this summer, they're doing the Samsung Gaming Hub, which TVs with game streaming capability built in. States it will be available in 2022 Samsung Smart TVs, which means this might be available on mine because I bought mine this year.
Same.
Yeah, so I don't know if that's an add-on or I'm not probably going to use it, but it's there.
Yeah.
But they showed Xbox Game Pass, NVIDIA GeForce Now, Stadia, and something called Utomic as listed on there as features, and you could just connect your favorite controller to the TV, which, like, Xbox One controllers can be paired to Bluetooth. Of course, I think you can for PS5, PS4.
I don't think you can PS4. Controllers. I think you can for PS5 though.
I don't know if you can pair Bluetooth. I don't know. I haven't tried that one. Usually I just use the cable.
Yeah.
So that's just kind of an interesting thing, but it's basically, I know for Microsoft, this is like you could buy a TV and have an Xbox without actually having to have an Xbox for certain people. And if that's all you're playing, like if you're just messing around with Minecraft or something, that's a way to get more sales. I just don't know how well that would work, but I don't know. Harder for kids to break. I hope.
I mean, they'll find a way.
Oh yeah, no, they always find a way.
Love finds a way.
This was kind of a surprise to me. Capcom Arcade Stadium 2 coming July 22nd to all the same versions, all the same systems that Stadium 1 came out for. 31 games are shown in the trailer. I'm not going to go through all of them, but I pulled out a couple that I thought were interesting. Street Fighter Alpha, Super Gem Fighter Mini Mix, Mega Man The Power Battle, Mega Man 2 The Power Fighters, Knights of the Round, Street Fighter Alpha 2, and Street Fighter Alpha 3. Now, the Mega Man games, definitely interested in seeing those come back. I've played them. I ended up emulating them because I never found the arcade games.
Oh,
I played them years ago.
Wait a minute. Yes, I remember this. Sorry, I didn't mean
right.
I just got excited. I was like, "Oh wait,
man!" I'm sitting here patiently waiting to talk about one of my favorite video games, and you're like, "Oh!"
I'm trying to get to it. The other thing I was kind of curious about though is that a lot of these games that are listed, and a lot of the ones they had on there, are already included in other collections that are either recently come out or are coming out. Like the Capcom Fighting Collection has the Darkstalkers games, which are listed here as well. And then there's already the Capcom Beat 'em Up Collection, which has Knights of the Round and some of those in it. And of course, you have the Street Fighter 30th Anniversary Collection, which has all these Street Fighter arcade games in it. So this one has a good list of games, but feels a little less necessary to get the whole set because I already have access to so many of them. It'd be strictly convenience to have them under one roof. Amon, I know you're wanting to say something, so go ahead and jump into this, man.
Oh no, I was just gonna say that like these are two great Mega Man games. Personally, like I feel like this was my first introduction to Proto Man. I'm not sure if this was the first game he was in.
Oh, it was not. Proto Man was all the way back in like Mega Man 2, I think.
Yeah. Like not Mega Man 2, the Power Fighters, but like Mega Man 2.
Yeah, Proto Man was way earlier.
Yeah. So like, but I think this was my first introduction to it.
I'm sorry, Mega Man 3, before someone comes after me on that one. He was in Mega Man 3. Apologies.
Because I played my stuff out of order because I was a kid and I got what I could find. But no, I have a special place in my heart for these games. Like this was like my ish, and it's kind of making me get it for this whole thing. But I'm like, maybe I won't because it's.
Well, the games you don't have to buy all of them. Like you get the arcade stadium for free, and they'll give you Sansan just for downloading the game. That's one of their arcade games. And then you can individually purchase titles if you don't want to buy the whole thing. So you could just buy the 2 Mega Man games if you wanted to and have nothing else on there and be fine.
I might do that.
Yeah, so you have that choice. Like I would usually just get all of it because I like the arcade aesthetic. Mm-hmm. But, whatever. Don't have to do it. I'm trying to remember if the Mega Man the Power Battles ever got released on any other collections. I don't remember if those were on the old Mega Man collections back in the day. Oh, yeah, it was. It was part of the Mega Man Anniversary Collection for PS2, GameCube, and Xbox.
Oh, well, you saying Mega Man Power Battle, I went to look up the trailer, and I was like, yo, this just unlocked like a core memory. I'm not even joking.
I killed him that one time.
When I was a wee lad, and we went to one of those pizza places, I can't remember. I think it was Stevie B's Pizza or something like that.
Uh-huh.
They had the original Power Battle, Mega Man Power Battle, in the arcade machine. But the thing about this arcade machine is it didn't take your coins, or it took your life. It was like broken or something like that. But you could play for free. And I just kept playing. I'm like, this is amazing. I feel like I have the power. And I just sat there and
you could have been playing anything and been happy as a kid. It's a free arcade game. You're just like, this is magic. It's arcade, but playing like at home. No money.
In a young Caleb's heart.
I don't know what this game is, but it's fun.
Right. So I'm looking forward to the Capcom Arcade Stadium 2. I'm just having to debate, how in depth I'm going to go on it since I already have so many of these games and other variations. So we'll see. A lot of the other arcade games were pretty unique. I'd never seen those released anywhere else. So cool. After that was Metal Hellsinger. I believe, Caleb, you wanted to talk about this one?
Yes.
Go for it.
So, Metal Hellsinger is a first-person shooter.
Oh.
That's a new thing.
Yeah.
Rhythm
game.
It's
a rhythm game as well. Sorry. I was like, what are they called? I forgot. Rhythm games.
It's on the notes.
And what's great about this is it literally in like the tracks and, it does the thing where the better you do, the better the music gets.
Mm-hmm.
But see, this game has like all these, I'll have to look them up because I don't know all of them off the top of my head. I know like Evanescence,
System of a Down,
System of a Down.
Yeah.
And I listened.
One of the trailers that had Metallica. Like there was actually multiple trailers that had Metallica.
One
of which was the Marvel
Guitar Hero.
No, and I watched someone play the demo, and I think it was like Evanescence or whatever. And like when you get the top beat or whatever, the multiplier, you just hear the singer just come in, and it's just like, I was like, wow! And I'm like, I can't wait for this game to come out.
Make no sounds.
This is going to be an unstreamable game. You know that, right?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to stream it.
I know, but I'm just like, I thought about that. Like, that is so much licensed music they probably have in here. Like, you're going to have like a streaming mode, and it's just duh, 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 duh. That's all you hear.
But
there's a message in the bottom. Please play this song now.
There's like Silent No More, No Tomorrow. There's like all these bands and songs and everything they've put in here, and it looks really cool.
Yeah.
The protagonist looks dope. I like their design.
Mhm.
And you just get to shoot demons, and why not? So it looked really fun.
I'm surprised Nintendo put this out.
What?
Not only put it out, but they skipped the Switch. That's what's terrifying. It's just so unique for Nintendo to do that. It's coming to PC, Xbox Series XS, PS5, and Steam. So this is a new current generation game only, which is good. I'm glad we're starting to see more titles that are doing that. Like, I appreciated the fact that they were carrying over for so long between them, because the new systems have been so difficult for people to find. But these generations, their differences are so minimalized because they're generational and not just hard resets, like not PS3 to PS4, but PS4 to PS5 shares generational data. So scaling a game can be way easier between them, but it is nice seeing that they can kind of step up and not have to consider the older systems anymore. Next on that list would be Warhammer 40,000 Darktide, coming September 13th for Steam, and then console exclusive for Xbox Series X and S. This is a 4-player co-op first-person shooter in the Warhammer universe, or the Warhammer 40k universe, which is way too much stuff that I want to get into because it's very complicated, but it's super bloody and looks like it's going to be fun just co-op with friends. A bloody good time.
I see what you did there.
And I hate that I did it. But I did it.
I had a lot of friends try and get me into Warhammer, and I'm just like,
yeah.
To me, it seems very extensive. I'm like, oh yes, the Warhammer. Like, whoa,
it looks like cool. A lot. Like,
I want to get
the type of person who watches the cinematics.
Right. I want to get 2 groups together. Just go to a comic book store, like one of those ones out of the games, and sit down between these 2 particular groups and have them debate which one of your collective groups is more expensive, Warhammer 40k or Magic the Gathering.
Magic the Gathering. As someone who's played Magic the Gathering, I am proud of some stuff that I'm going to just leave it at that. But I will say Henry Cavill does have an extensive Warhammer collection.
Right. He also does movies, so he can afford to buy those figures and paint them and do that.
He even said it was expensive for him. So, like...
So I want to know, like, which would be more expensive, Warhammer or Magic?
I feel like it all depends on your level of commitment, because, like,
a level of insanity.
Like, I mean, let's use myself and Caleb for example. We're both anime fans. One of us has, some anime stuff. One of us has thousands of dollars worth of figures that can no longer fit in the closet, so they have to be on the table. I don't know. Like,
I don't have room to talk about that as I'm staring up at my way too much money that I want to admit to life-size Samus helmet, and nowhere near life-size, but just as big as a Samus helmet, wearable bust of Soundwave.
You're better than me though, because you have yours out of the box. I'm
gonna move the camera and let you guys see that lovely view. Like, these things are great. That's gonna be so confusing to the algorithm that has to edit this.
Yeah,
like, I don't know what to do. His face is no longer there. I clip back in. There we go.
Yeah, it's right there. For the audio people, I'm pointing behind me. That's like, just a few of them, in front of the Sailor Moon flag. Long live the 80s while we're talking about it.
Right.
So, like, yeah, I understand, but I don't know. That's a hard choice. I'm interested to know that as well.
Yeah. I'm gonna put that up as a poll on Twitter, for check at Zenspath or Zenspath Pod. I will put it up on there to see what happens. But moving on from that, to finish off, we have 3 more things for this showcase before we move on to the next one. Yeah, we're still in the same showcase, people. Layers of Fear, early 2023, coming to Steam, Epic, PS5, and Xbox Series X and S. This is an Unreal Engine 5 title that they describe themselves as a psychedelic horror chronicle.
What does that mean?
Just like Barney.
I don't understand.
It's trippy and disturbing. It looks gorgeous, but I want to see more about it. But
they added chronicle at the end.
Yeah, that makes it confusing. After that, we had 2 announcements that were kind of connected. There's going to be a standalone The Last of Us multiplayer title coming in 2023.
Oh, yeah.
Does not sound appealing to me.
Yeah, it's
Like, it
cool.
should be a story-based game. The multiplayer is not a big. They showed a single piece of concept art, multiplayer live title, and it takes place in San Francisco. After that, they announced the already leaked prior Last of Us Part 1 PS5 remake of the game coming September 9th. It's also in development for PC, so it's coming to both console and PC.
Wait, you have to clarify something for me.
Yeah.
Sorry. Is it saying part 1 like it's the first game in the series?
Yes.
Or okay, I thought like did they take the first game and split it into 2 parts, and that's the
No. And this is where Square should pay attention when they do Last of Us Part 1. They're talking about, we actually remade the game accurately as a single title for people to enjoy, not to whore it out over multiple series. But we'll get to that later. So they showed comparisons between the PS4 original and the remake. Does have some very significant updates to how it looks. They went back and reanimated everything based on the live action filming that they did when they did the animations and capture. So everything more accurately sticks to that. The lighting, the textures, everything are way better. All the models have been rebuilt. If you just kind of quickly glance at it, it looks very similar because the PS4 and the PS4 remake that we already got were really well done, like absolutely beautiful design games. But this is a nice significant change. I don't agree with it being $70. I don't know if I want to pay $70 again to play this game, but I'll get it eventually. But at least it does look good. Any thoughts from you guys before we close out this show?
Last of Us doesn't need to exist anymore. It's too soon for the remakes.
That's what everybody said. It's like, it came out 5 years ago. Why are you remaking?
The original game was like 10 years ago. The remake, that was about 5 years ago. Because it was, I don't know, The Last of Us I bought on PS3, and it felt very quick when they had the PS4 version that came out. Because I remember having to trade in my PS3 version for the PS4 one so I could get it. And then now we have this one, so I don't know. So that concludes all of our stuff from the Summer Game Fest. Old Jeff Keighley. Ooh, Caleb just went super garbled there. There you go. You're back.
What?
Garble.
Yeah, just your image. You're not, people watching this are like, I didn't see it. Like, yeah, his video's recording locally, but what I saw was nightmarish and terrible. It's like another portal opened up and Caleb was just enveloped in a pixelated hell.
It's just like
it just gets absorbed. All right, so now we're going to jump into the Xbox and Bethesda game show. This was on June 12th, on a Sunday. Weird timing.
Sunday.
Right.
Get ready.
This was focused on their games coming out in the next 12 months, which, holy crap, people, why do everybody get so upset about that? They're like, oh, you guys talk about games that are taking too long. All right, we're going to do a whole show that's just the next 12 months. Why aren't you guys talking about games that are coming out years from now? Like, you can never be happy.
Why aren't they talking about Scalebound?
Like I said, you can never be happy. So,
where's the new Smash character in this Xbox showcase?
God, you're almost as bad. Man. So, one thing I want to put a focus on, they have a listing for Xbox consoles for most of these games, but they apply it to games that are with or without Xbox One versions. So, it's unclear on exactly what this is. So, I don't know. First title they showed off was Redfall, coming in 2023. Listed for Xbox consoles, but never mentions Xbox One. So I don't know if I thought it was only supposed to be Series X and Series S. And of course, PC and cloud. It's a single or multiplayer vampire shooter that we had seen announced earlier, but now we actually got to see gameplay. And I thought it looked kind of interesting, but I've got till early next year to find out if I want to play it, or sometime next year. Then we're going to skip whatever this next game is. High on Life. All right, Caleb, you want to talk about Moon Knight Silksong?
Yes, yeah. Silksong, finally. We got some news. I'm so
He just completely
happy.
Skipped over what I just said.
Yeah, we found out that it's going to be a Disney-produced game, and it'll be exclusive to Disney+.
We finally get a single minute of footage for Silksong. It does exist. It is out there.
That's Hollow Knight Silksong. It's not actually Moon Knight. I said Moon Knight, and you just went on with it. I'm like, Wow,
Like, I don't care. Silk Song, yay!
I low key hope it gets delayed.
No.
Oh, I
It's
know.
coming
I
out
see what you
within the
did
next
there.
12 months, probably exactly next year at this exact time. But
Okay, Kingdom Hearts.
I'm excited. I saw it still looks good, still looks fun. I want it. I want it now, please. Just finish the game.
Yeah, this
Why
was
don't you
listed
just
for
wait?
this was listed for Xbox consoles, PC, and cloud. I'm pretty sure it's coming out for other stuff too. I just have to see if they release a trailer for it.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm gonna
I'm
get it
sure they
on
will, but I'll probably
PS5.
get it on PC when it comes out.
I'm gonna get it on PS5.
Next up was High on Life, coming October 2022. Once again, Xbox consoles, PC, and cloud. This is from the makers of Rick and Morty and Squanch Games, the development studio they made. You basically play where your weapons are living creatures that can talk and do things. It's full of crude humor, and human beings are used as drugs by aliens. Like they're put into a giant thing and smoked.
See,
Like,
I
it's
don't
weird.
like this game because it seems weird.
I want to at least try it. I'm hoping it's good. It's very colorful and well animated.
What?
This game is like promoting the devil's lettuce and other things.
Well, it's not really
And-
doing that. It's promoting you as the devil's lettuce.
Yeah, you know, and I'm the devil's like baked Alaska. Okay, like don't try and put me in a box. Anyway,
Wow. All right, moving on. Riot Games Game Pass deal. Games on Game Pass with special unlocks. States coming this winter and more. It's covering League of Legends, which is getting all champions unlocked on PC. League of Legends Wild Rift, all champions unlocked on mobile. Valorant, all agents unlocked for PC and mobile. Legends of Runeterra, I hope that's pronounced correctly. Foundation set unlocked for PC and mobile. And Teamfight Tactics, select Little Legends unlocked on PC. So this is strictly a PC and mobile accessible part for Game Pass.
so
Apparently it's a big deal with Riot Games. I have no idea. I don't
I gotta
play
be
any of
honest. I have always despised the League of Legends like area. Then I watched Arcane, and I'm low key like always fighting the urge recently to not get into League of Legends. Like, I know everybody's like, "Don't, it's toxic," and XYZ and Panda, but I'm like, you know, I might have to just stick my toe in the water, man, because like Arcane was so good. And I gotta know more about these characters. Like, and there's two specifically that I want to play, which is Echo and Jinx. And people are saying, like, if you get this, it's a good, like, you'll have them unlocked and you can play their story. So I might go to the dark side. I might get my red saber out and
Don't do it, Amon.
Deep
Don't do
breathe.
it.
I'll miss you all greatly.
Treat it like gambling. You got to see the anime without having to be addicted to it, and you walk away. You walk away.
I tried so hard. We'll see though. But shout out to Riot for like actually giving their fans like payoff with Arcane and
Something, yeah.
Well, while we're trying to stop
it was
Amon,
more than something.
while we're trying to stop Amon from having League of Legends become a plague on his life, A Plague's Tale Requiem was then announced in 2022.
Lord Jesus.
Xbox consoles, PC, and cloud. I'm a little proud of that carryover.
Very nice. You get a clap.
The first golf clap, yes. The first game was very underrated by a lot of people. Like, it was absolutely gorgeous. Shorter game, fun to play. It got kind of difficult towards the end, but I mean, most games do. So I'm curious to see where this one goes. After that, I had my just happy moment. Forza Motorsports coming spring 2023 for Xbox consoles, PC, and cloud. Once again, not clear if this for the Xbox consoles thing, because I believe this is only Series X and Series S, not Xbox One. But it's unclear because other games, I don't know. They were very confusing, guys. Come on, Microsoft. This blew my damn mind, like watching this.
Is this another Forza game already?
Well, this
That's
is
what
not
right.
Horizon 1 series, and then Forza Motorsports is the strictly track racing series. So you've got the open world exploration goofiness of Horizon, which we're going to talk about in a little bit because it's getting an absolutely hilarious update this year. And then Motorsports is I'm on the track, tweaking everything down to tire pressure, fuel type, rubber composition, things like that as you're playing.
Gotcha. Okay, so Motorsports is the more serious, air quote, serious version.
Right.
And then
Track-based actual simulation, while Horizon is still simulation, but it's the fun, goofy, open world style.
more arcadey style. Just
Yeah, put it in reverse Terry type. Gotcha.
Yes.
Gotcha.
So they did a single camera with no cuts demo of Maple Valley Track, which has been around since the original Forza on original Xbox. So they could really show that, which showed off the new physics, damage, lighting, dynamic time of day, and ray tracing systems.
I was about to say, it was like they're showing off the grass.
Yeah, well, they showed off a lot of stuff. Like if you actually look and see what it looked like on even just the last version, Forza Motorsport 7, versus this, it's like a massive jump in detail, lighting, and all these different things. The demo was in 4K in-engine gameplay. They didn't state during the demo what it was on, but they did say later on that this demo was done on PC. But all the settings were tested and run on Series X and S as well. So I'm curious to see what that's going to look like. So that was kind of an update that came out earlier today, actually. But as a kind of slap at Gran Turismo, this will have on-track ray tracing available. There's going to be two different kinds of it. So, like I said, this is a dig at Gran Turismo 7 because they talked about and showed off a lot of the stuff for ray tracing. And then it came out that the game would only have ray tracing during like photography mode and certain things. It was not on track. For there, it was still cube-based reflections, which are still nice looking. But with this one, they showed how the cars would be having reflections while you're racing around for the environment, which looked really good. They clarified, at the same time they clarified what hardware they use for the demo footage. There will be reflective ray tracing during the racing, and then global illumination ray tracing, where you have lights bouncing around and so forth, will be available. That will be another layer of ray tracing for photography mode and for replays.
Dope.
But there is actual on-car reflections, you know, for the mirrors, the parts, the paint, all that stuff while you're racing, which is going to be great.
Yeah.
Excuse me. They showed the time of day system, which affects the temperature, which of course affects the grip you have on the road. They're adding in multiple fuel and tire compounds that people wanted, along with pit stops. Car damage is now down to individual scratches with directionality instead of just being, you know, LOD or level of detail changes with parts being changed out. Like you hit something, you're going to scrape and do damage.
Can't play this game.
Oh, it's going to be fun. I've always loved them. But they, like I said, they did specifically mention the Xbox Series X and S while talking about ray tracing. So that'll be cool. I'm excited for this game. But even without all these features, if I can play this racing game while offline, it's already better than Gran Turismo to me. I had such high hopes to enjoy Gran Turismo 7, but as soon as they made it with that stupid online requirement, I refuse to play it. I'm out. I'm not going to buy a game where, you know, if I have a glitch in the internet, which welcome to Florida, it happens. Yeah. I'm limited to one basic setting, none of my purchases, because even that's restricted, and it throwing up error messages all the time because you have to play this one race thing. No. Remy, our friend of the show, who actually, he bought this game as well. He got so frustrated with that, he quit playing it. So yeah, I don't care. Even if it ends up looking better or not, if I can play it offline, it's better to me.
I feel that.
After that, they showed the Microsoft Flight Simulator 40th Anniversary Edition coming November 2022 for Xbox consoles. Once again, this is only a Series X or S game. It's not on Xbox One, PC and cloud. And then this is having historical planes added, including Wright Brothers Glider and Amelia Earhart's Spirit of St. Louis, in conjunction with the Smithsonian National Air and Space Museum.
I gotta get it.
Are they historically accurate as well, or like the Wright Brothers plane just stays in the air for about 10 minutes, or not even less than that? 3
right,
minutes? I can't remember.
It probably is. It probably is, which is going to be great because it'll
be like and down.
The closest airport to my house that lets me take off from is Tyndall Air Force Base, which is near my house. So I will take off all these different jets and stuff from Tyndall. I'm gonna be on the Wright Brothers plane, like take off from Tyndall and just like crash in the bay. See if I even make it off the flight line.
Lord Jesus.
But they did an interview with them later on. We'll talk about the show it's from, but I'll go and bring it up now. They talked with the Smithsonian. They were getting access to scans of the planes, like specifically the Spirit of St. Louis, which is down to the millimeter accuracy for the scanning.
Oh, wow.
So it's going to be like super detailed to the actual planes and work with how they go. And they said they're working on getting a majority of the planes they have at the Smithsonian in the game. I don't know if those are going to all be free updates. Some of these are, some of them aren't, but that's still really cool.
How did they find the plane, but not Amelia?
I think she was flying a different plane.
Oh, okay.
Because she did her transatlantic, and then I think it was a different flight she was trying to do that she disappeared. I have to remember about it in my history. Helicopters and gliders are being added, and then the funniest thing is they added the Halo Pelican to the game. That's in the game. I tried to fly it, and I don't know if it's my settings. Like, they showed in the trailer you're banking and doing stuff, and it was great. But I tried to fly it, and it was just... I could go up, down, a little bit forward, but I couldn't, like, bank. Like, it was so terrible just to fly around.
That's the Pelican, all right.
So I'm going to check and see if it's my settings. But I love that they're doing this. Like, Microsoft, Forza Horizon 4 and 5, they put the Warthog in. So you can drive that around and have races around it. Now they're putting the Pelican into Flight Simulator. Like, what else could they add?
The Ghost?
Like, what else? Yeah, if they do a motorcycle one, they should just add, like, Ghost in there.
Banshee or whatever.
Then they got to put the tank in there.
Yeah, just like, wait, why?
Not in the flight one, but in Forza.
That would have to be a Horizon game. Maybe you could get away with Motorsport having a Ghost where you're just, like, riding along with the cars. Your traction would be so weird. After that, they showed off Overwatch 2 coming to early access October 4th, 2022 for Xbox consoles and PC. It is coming to Switch, PS5, PS4 as well. It's going to be free to play, which is concerning.
Yes, which is a big deal because everyone thought that it was going to, like, people were basically going to have to pay again, like pay a full price game like they did last time for Overwatch.
Right.
But I think they've stated where if you own the original Overwatch, you still have access to the game and everything. And you don't have, I don't know. It's kind of, you get special stuff, I guess. But,
yeah, but there has to be a means for them to make money. And I'm hoping they're not going to be pushing the loot boxes more. Are they, how much they're going to charge for different characters that you get?
I don't see them selling characters because they didn't really do that last time. They just sold skins, which I'm okay with.
Because you got the characters because you bought the game. You're not paying for the game now. I think characters are on the table. They're going to ask for that money. Because they showed the Wastelander, who very much looks like she was taken from Borderlands with... Yeah, everything from her style or character design and everything.
So, okay.
Oh, Lord.
All right.
Caleb
Hold on. All right. Because, I did play Overwatch 1 and everything. So, when they came out with the map that you see the Wastelander, she's fighting in this arena. Well, that's like an actual map you go to. But this is like in the past because in that map, so, spoiler alert, she does become the Junker Queen at the end of this trailer. That's what they call her in the game. So I don't know if they're going to call her Wastelander or Junker Queen, because that's what we, the original players, knew her as. Like she is the voice in the intercom system as you play through the map. It's like, come on in, or get, blah, blah, blah. All that stuff, just like taunting you and everything as you play through the map, carrying this big old objective of loot that Junkrat and Roadhog, which Junkrat was in the trailer, which I thought was funny. When they went on their worldwide stealing spree, they brought back this like big old pile of loot, and they're like, we're going to get back into Junkertown. That's what, we got kicked out because we were too rowdy or something like that. That's like their whole thing. Junker Queen has been asked for. It's like, oh, she's going to be a playable character. And then they're like, yeah, Echo's going to be the last character for one. It's like, oh, so we got to wait. And So I thought it was funny. I was like, oh, here's Junker Queen. Finally, there she is. I was like, very interesting. The trailer's pretty fun to watch, actually. She kind of narrates, and you can kind of see her moveset in the trailer. I was like, okay, I can get behind the whole magnet thing. That's pretty cool.
Right.
So this has been years in the waiting for this one specific character, which Overwatch likes to do. So it's exciting and very cool that it's going to be free to play. I do look forward to playing Overwatch 2, but we'll see what the monetary price is for everything.
Right. If I have to do loot boxes to buy a character, I'm going to be like, I'm out.
Yeah, that's going to be it.
Oh, I got another Junkrat? I literally already bought him with the first game.
Welcome to Honkai.
All right. After that, they talked about Era History Untold coming to PC, Game Pass, and Steam. This is a turn-based strategy game. Looks a lot like Civilization. After that, they showed Elder Scrolls Online from High Isle. That's coming out this week.
I can't. Elder Scroll.
Yeah, some people like it. Good for them. Fallout 76: The Pit coming September 2022 for Xbox consoles and PC.
I can't believe they're still making stuff for 76.
I have to give them credit.
As this was received.
Yeah, but I have to give them credit. Like Fallout 76 has gotten immensely better. Like they have actually fixed a lot of stuff with it. I'm still not really playing it right now, but at least they've made it where people are enjoying it and it's not as broken, which isn't saying much. Forza Horizon 5 Hot Wheels expansion coming July 19th. They said the game footage was in 4K, but I'm fairly sure it was a high-end PC they used, but the game is still going to probably look great. Over-the-top, ridiculous Hot Wheels tracks, giant orange tracks everywhere. Apparently takes place in the clouds above Mexico, so I want to know how in the world I get there. Because you usually had to kind of load into new locations, but it looks just nuts. But I'm getting this. I'm so excited. Arc 2 from 2023. Xbox consoles, PC, and cloud. This is the Uncanny Valley Vin Diesel with dinosaurs. Console launch.
Yeah, that
exclusive.
was weird.
Yeah, no, he looks so out of place. Yeah. I want to just like take him, and just because him and The Rock hate each other, you could take this Vin Diesel and just swap it out with the one from the Rock from the Scorpion King. It would be just as janky.
I'm Team Rock though. I don't like Vin Diesel.
I say, speaking of Arc, I do believe the first one is free on Steam.
Yeah, I think it is at the moment. I grabbed it. I don't know if it still is by the time you hear this, but yeah, check it out. Scorn coming October 21st, 2022 is an Xbox exclusive, PC and cloud. Console launch, Xbox consoles, a console launch exclusive. My apologies. This game is very heavily based on the artwork style of H.R. Giger, so get ready for nastiness. But it looks intriguing. I want to play it. It's like a horrific body horror style biological world where everything's living and you're plugging yourself in with like fleshy cables into things. And I'm like, this is going to be uncomfortable for so many people.
I hate it.
Someone's going to throw up playing this. And I'm here for that. That's great.
There's going to be Caleb.
I'm not playing it. It's not me. I'm not playing.
We're gonna get Caleb on a stream, like do like a charity stream, and see how long he can take this game before he throws up. Flintlock: The Siege of Dawn, early 2023, Xbox consoles, PC, and cloud. This looks really cool. It's kind of like a fantasy cowboy lady with a teleporting dog creature thing.
Before I knew what this was about, I thought it was gonna be a video game about the Flint water crisis, and you would have to like try and basically save the city's water.
Oh, that would be like not a good idea for a game. I mean, maybe
I think that would be a dope game. Like, and then all the money from it raised goes to the foundation. I think.
Well, I'd like to remind once again that Elon Musk said he could easily pay for to fix all of that stuff, and then once again, just like he told another world group that he could help end world hunger for a certain amount, they gave him all the documentation, which they did. He backed out like a jackass. So yeah, Elon Musk cares for no one but himself. Regardless, Flintlock looks really good. It looks like it's fun. I want to try it out when it comes out. So early next year. And then what was a surprise and an annoyance and back to a surprise for me was Minecraft Legends This is an action strategy Minecraft game where you control the character while issuing commands to other groups, with all the overworld characters and mobs uniting to fight creatures coming from the Nether. Until they actually give me a Series X, Series S, PS5 update for Minecraft, and then give me some kind of option for the ray tracing that they literally showed the hardware off 2 years ago with, I'm going to be annoyed every time Minecraft makes an announcement. It may be great. It could be fun, but I'm tired of waiting for this update. This will be my battle until that time. Like, I will celebrate when the day comes. Just saying. It taints everything they do to me. But what do you guys think? Does Legends look interesting to you? Are you even about tactical RPGs? Or
it's Minecraft.
I like
That's
Minecraft.
where I stand on that hill. I'm just like, Minecraft is like the
Well, I guess
Animal
Amon's not getting
Crossing
on
for
the
me.
server.
I'm just like, it's like Animal Crossing and Minecraft have always been the same vein.
Oh, they
And
are very
everybody's like,
different.
oh, Amon, you gotta get on this.
One's got
bruh."
Isabel.
Like, I'm just like, and then I bought the most recent
Animal Crossing.
Animal Crossing. Yeah, I wasn't a fan.
You gotta play
And
with us.
I played. Yeah, that was a problem. Like, I think a group of people I played with at first wasn't like, because it was like work friends, and they're like, "Oh, come on, man, you gotta play with us." And I was just like, they're like, "You want some grapes?" I'm like, "No." "You want some apples?" "Sure." "Well, I don't have apples, but I got grapes." I'm like, it's like,
That's just bad people.
yeah, I'm just like,
I played it a lot with my family, and then the previous Zenspath 4-button podcast group, we played a lot of that, especially during the beginning of the whole lockdown and everything. But now,
yeah,
that's not happening because I don't talk to those guys anymore.
Yeah.
But I'm looking for other people to play Animal Crossing with. It's fun.
yeah. But so
I finished my
that's
museum working on my artwork.
Yeah, Minecraft is in the same vein for that for me. So I don't really like. Nah.
I have a mixed history with Minecraft. It's not like it was. I played it a lot, in my senior year of high school and everything.
Mhm.
But then I think I kept getting tired of the world resetting and everything. I was like, I'm done with Minecraft. Tired of building a castle and then getting deleted forever.
What type of castle?
How did it get reset? Like, who kept deleting your saves?
Whenever it would update or whatever.
Oh, it's because they were building up to the final version, so they had to make drastic changes. Now they have Bedrock. They can make changes that don't take away your stuff, which is nice.
What type of castle and or tower did you build?
It's a castle. I don't know what you mean. What type?
Was it
Never
early
mind.
16th century
You weren't a real Minecraft
European
player.
design? Was it a French later period design?
Yeah, that's what
I'm
I
trying
was
to
like.
sound all smart.
I don't know. It was just
We played. Okay, I had a different group of Minecraft friends than y'all had, I guess. We'll just leave it at that.
I just like the exploration of it. We've been doing. Brent and I have been playing it. It's been a lot of fun. We need more people to join us, though.
Yeah.
All right. Next up was Lightyear Frontier, coming spring 2023. This is a console launch exclusive, also coming to to PC and cloud. It's a mech-based survival game, kind of like a mix of Minecraft and Harvest Moon and Mech Warrior.
It
I don't
looks weird.
Yeah, it looks like it has multiplayer as well. So
It looks like Farmville. Like,
but we played
That's what it
different
looks like to
Farmvilles.
It looks like one of those European farming simulator games that just kind of took the extra step to make it a mech and
yeah, like
alien.
Farmville.
I appreciate that. Like, you put mechs in things, it just makes it better.
Well, I'll say when I saw this, like, the scenery looks nice. Like, the sky scenery. I didn't like the wheat. The wheat is what gave me the Farmville vibe. Like, this wheat looks cheap. Like, spend a little more time on this, and then
You
like
focus on the right stuff. I don't know.
yeah.
All right.
Look,
After that, we had Gunfire Reborn coming out October 2022 for Xbox consoles, PC, and cloud. It's a roguelike multiplayer shooter with cartoon animal graphics. I don't know. Well, see you later.
It was basically roguelike in Borderlands. I heard it being described as. I'll probably get it because I like the
course you will.
roguelikes. And
I want to see some more gameplay of it before I decide on that one.
yeah.
Because
I want to like
a roguelike
do a bunch of
multiplayer
other
shooter,
stuff
I have to make sure I have a consistent group to play with. Otherwise, it just dies out quick.
it's I don't know. It's like it has the bad habit of having like the dope characters that I can never actually see because I'll just see their freaking arms. And I hate that. I hate that with a bloody passion. Like
They've got the best hand animation ever.
if you give me a cool bunny assassin chick, I want to see like her assassinate things. Not just her arms flailing around.
So we're moving on.
Yeah.
The Last Case of Benedict Fox, spring 2023. This is Xbox consoles, PC, and cloud. Also a launch exclusive. This is a 2D adventure platformer with feelings of Lovecraft to me, where you're playing through the last moments of people's lives.
That seems so depressing. I don't want to play it.
It looks absolutely intriguing to me. Like I am just enthralled with how this game looks. I will get this day one just to try it out.
I will not. You'll have to let me know on Twitter.
I will.
After
that is As
good.
This is another game that kind of intrigued me. As Dusk Falls, coming July 19th, 2022 for Xbox consoles, PC, and cloud. It's a interesting mix of traditional animation and then moving graphical novel style, where they usually tell the story to make choices as the story unfolds. Multiplayer is up to 8 players at a time. But everyone plays as the same character. You actually can it'll pop up the options on screen and people have different cursors they can move towards to vote on what the outcome is. So if you've got a very contrarian group of people, this could be interesting to do.
What is that called? It's called because Fate is one. Not a light novel. It's like a visual novel.
Novel, yeah.
Yeah, maybe that's what it is. I don't know.
I want to try it because I kind of like the mix of like fully animated where you see something like a car just drive down the road like normal. But they showed a lizard that was on the road that did like the skip frame animation like you would see in an animated graphic novel sometimes. And I'm like, it's kind of a cool separation of how that is. It's very unique. So I'm down to try it just on that alone. They look like they've done a lot of good work with it. And the story has a lot of replayability, both for single player. And then I think it could be interesting to play with groups of people because you have to get their opinions on stuff.
Yeah. People.
And when it becomes a vote, you can force weird decisions or see how the group goes with it.
Gang, I'm here for it. Let's get weird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
After that was Naraka Blade Point, coming June 23rd as an Xbox console, PC, and cloud. Console launch exclusive again. 60-player battle royale. Crossplay between PC and console with a new campaign mode. But it's another battle royale. I don't really play too much, so...
It was fun.
Another game that I really liked the art style for was Pentiment, coming November 2022. Once again, Xbox, PC, and cloud. It's got a really interesting medieval manuscript drawing style that's brought to life as you play. But like you're animating the manuscripts themselves, but this is a detective game. But it's based during like 1600s, I think, or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
So you're dealing with their science, air quote, and their beliefs. So that could be interesting.
I'm here for it.
Grounded is finally being released fully on September 2022. No set exact date, but I'm excited for this one. So we get full story and all areas are accessible. So you can start building up your houses here to play multiplayer and explore around to figure out why you're some shrunken teenagers in a backyard without Disney coming after you for Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. And they added a praying mantis you can find. So that's some more giant nightmare horror fuel for you.
Yay.
Giant spiders, insects.
Yeah.
Now, they have a mode where you can turn off the spiders. Like you can scale them down where they look less and less like spiders, where they'll take away their fangs, give them only 2 eyes. They'll give them only 4 legs, or you can make it all the way down to where they're just 2 floating blobs of orbs with no legs, no eyes, no fangs. Combat and everything doesn't change, but it doesn't look like spiders, so people with arachnophobia can play it.
How was that?
So I wonder if they're going to do that with the praying mantis. Because some people are terrified of praying mantises.
Really?
They're adorable and I love them.
I like how they attack people.
I've never, ever had someone come up and say, I'm afraid of praying mantis.
I've picked him up as a kid and people would freak out. Like, they were cool. It's like on my arms,
arachnophobia.
waving his arms around at me like, I'm going to get you. And I'm like, oh, you're so cute.
I think I have arachnophobia because whenever I see spiders, but like not when I see their faces, I start itching all over. But only like their faces. Like a body is fine, but when you show me like their and like all the eyes, it like makes me like itch and like just kind of move all over. So I don't know what that is.
It's terrifying regardless.
Yeah. And I have a vendetta against roaches. I'm not afraid of them, but it's like on sight when I see them. Like,
you just go for the death.
I will find their lineage and I will destroy it. Like, I was like, I know there's others.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right. So I just keep getting these. I'm like, wow. After that, Airband Shadow Legacy coming 2023 from Xbox consoles, PC, and cloud. Console launch exclusive. Stealth-based robot killing gameplay, but has some great visuals. And it looks like you can kind of inhabit some of the robots for certain parts. I need to see more on this one. I didn't really understand what was going on. But, I mean, it looked nice, but looking nice does not mean fun gameplay every time.
Yeah. Oh, wow. That was going to be an inappropriate joke. Yeah. I agree.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. Nice talk. Yeah. Cool.
Appreciate that.
You never know. Yeah.
I'll have to find out later. Put it in the chat. Diablo 4 was fully announced for 2023. This is going to be a console Xbox exclusive. Also coming to PC. The Necromancer class was unveiled. Gameplay demo noted to be recorded directly from an Xbox Series X. PC and console players will be able to have crossplay, along with up to 2-player couch co-op for the game, which is great. Robust character customization shown. Not just a visual change, but a gameplay change can be made. Your characters can be very, very varied on what you can do. The world is an open world design now with no linear path to follow, so you can just go wherever you want as you wander around this world of Diablo. You clear areas to unlock new towns as you travel, find towns, dungeons, and more as you explore. There are local events will happen when you wander about to add like small stories or to gather a group and take on giant boss fights. It uses that shared world, so when you're playing with others as you go, I don't know if this is going to be an online requirement type thing. I'm hoping not. There's going to be specific PvP zones, and if you're strong enough, you'll actually be marked as a champion on the map for others to hunt you down, or as they said, treat you like a loot pinata. So they come in after that ass to get that sword.
Yeah.
And they did go ahead and talk about Endgame because that was a good movie. I mean, the end game for the game, because Diablo 3 had an issue with that where they didn't have all the end game stuff out yet. This is already covering it. There'll be new items, dungeons, Paragon boards, and more that'll be added to the end game period for years to come, which they said stuff will also be generated. So I don't know. I really like Diablo 3. I'm kind of excited to try Diablo 4. Do you guys have any thoughts either way on this? Did you play Diablo much?
I'm registered for the beta Diablo 4.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and then because they were doing a thing on like Epic, I think is where I signed up for it. Maybe, yeah. Anyway, so yeah, no, I played a little bit of the other ones because like my best friend is like super into Diablo. He's like, yo, man, like he took off work when Diablo 3 came out. And he's like, I just need a date for the 4th one. I'm gonna do the same thing, and he got the date, and he's like, all right, I'm gonna take the whole week off because I know how Diablo goes. First day up, won't be able to play it. So I'm like, you're not wrong. So I know of Diablo through him, and I figured, hey, sign up for the beta, got a good chance of getting it. I think I actually got confirmed that I was going to have access because I signed up early enough.
Is that beta only on PC?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Because they said something about no, sorry, it's not. I thought you meant like, do I only have it on PC? I think it's I think you can get it on anything, honestly, that the game is coming out for.
Oh,
so
okay.
it should be on Xbox as well. So
yeah, because I'd like to see how it looks on a Series X and a Series S. Well, I know what it looks like on here, but I'd like to play it.
Yeah. So I'm excited. If not for me, I'm excited for the hardcore Diablo fans because they've been through a lot. So
Yeah. Caleb, any thoughts on Diablo, or is it just not your type of game?
He doesn't play the devil's
it
game.
Okay, so I did play 3 for a little bit, but not long. Someone tried to get me into it. It just didn't gel with me.
I will play with you online. It's fun. I have it on 360, Xbox One, Switch. Come on.
But we'll see. Probably not likely that I'll be getting it, but if someone convinces me enough, or if it goes on sale, maybe.
He's like, if someone buys it for me.
Hey, you know what? Look.
Hey, that's a legit question. Like, I'll play this if you buy
real,
it.
Though. You want to buy it for me? I'll play with you.
I've done that. I've bought games for people before to get them to play it.
I have too, and they still haven't played it, so I learned my lesson. I had a friend who's like, I really want to watch this anime, but I can't find it. I went out of my way, bought him the Blu-ray. That man has still not watched it. And I'm like, yeah.
Dang.
Mm-hmm. Trust no one.
I've enjoyed Diablo for years. I played 1 and 2 on PC. 3, like I said, I had played it on 3. I waited for the 360 version. Then I got it on Xbox One, so my stuff carried over. Then I bought it on Switch because that was like my favorite way to play it, because you can carry it with you and it's great. So now that 4 is coming out, I'm actually kind of excited to jump into this one a little bit earlier. So we'll see. Sea of Thieves Season 7 got a little bit of quick update. You can finally capture your own ship. You can customize it inside or out, and you can name it as long as there's no profanity in the name. So, which I think they named it like Bodie McBoatface is the name on the ship they had in the trailer, and I was like, I see what you did there.
They're saying I can name it the SS Booty Warrior.
You might be able to get away with that. I don't know.
Like booty like treasure.
Yeah, it's
I know our friend Rachel at Outrageous plays a lot of Sea of Thieves. I need to get back into it because I do own it. I also bought a copy for my friend. And we're still waiting for him to play it, Remy. Bought him his own copy. After that,
Porsche. He could have bought his own copy.
He didn't have a Porsche at the time.
Okay.
So now he should be buying his own copy. Next up is Ravenlock, coming 2023, Xbox consoles, PC, and cloud. They stated this was a voxel-based 3D action platformer with kind of an interesting fantasy setting. It looked a little generic, but also looked like it could be kind of a fun weekend game. Like, just pick it up and play it.
It looked interesting enough.
Yeah. After that, they showed Cocoon, also coming in 2023. Consoles, PC, and cloud, launch exclusive. From the lead gameplay designer of Inside and Limbo, Jeppy Carlson. Apologize if I mispronounced his first name.
Wow.
A very trippy, layered world-hopping platformer is the best way I could describe this.
Yeah,
you hop in and out of globes that you move around. Each seems to have their own level of world in it. So you're interacting with the different levels of it. It was very confusing, but it looked really cool. So, I don't know. Wolong Fantasy Dynasty, Fallen Dynasty.
Yep.
Early 2023, Xbox console, PC, and cloud from Team Ninja. Chinese sword fighting game. We only saw CGI. It's like one of the only games to not show gameplay, actually.
I'm excited.
I'm curious because it's Team Ninja, but I don't know if it's going to be the type of game I'm into.
I heard it was also coming out on PS5.
It could be. It wasn't listed as an exclusive, so it wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah. At first I got excited because I thought it was the Monkey King game that I had been waiting for.
Dragon Ball Z.
It wasn't. So, but I'm still excited. There's something about like the era of these type of games. Like I love like the historical like accuracy of this game, how it looks. Like I'm all about like honor and a giant sheath in serenity music as I drink oolong tea before I go and massacre the enemies before me. So that's what it's really about for me at the end of the day.
All right.
But you already know the next one, though.
Who wants to cover this one? Am I going to pick the wrong person?
Me.
Okay.
So
nope. Surprise! Jeremy Junior bursts into the room to talk about.
No, I have. It's in front of me. I should have got it, but I didn't. I have the Persona 5 Collector's Edition of all of 5, like Royal, Strikers, and Base. And like the fact. Okay, so first of all, let me tell the story before this. Persona 3 Portable, Persona 4 Golden, Persona 5 Royal are all coming to Xbox, PC, and cloud. Which, yay, hoo-hoo.
They're also coming to PS4 for all three of them, and only PS5 for Persona 5. So PS5 is not getting a version for Persona 3 and Persona 4.
Weird.
Which really upset me because those were the ones that I want to play because I have the other ones already on PS4. So they just poured up to PS5, which shout out to Strikers looking like it should be a PS5 game. I gotta praise Atlas for that one. But like, so these games are coming, which the crazy thing is Persona 3 Portable and Persona 4 Golden. I think Golden's already on Steam, but Persona 3 Portable, man, I've been trying to get my hands on this for years. Like, and the fact that we have it, like, they're all going to be rolled out within a year, and they're going like newest to oldest.
Mm-hmm.
So we probably won't get 3 until like next spring. So I'm kind of sad, but at the same point, like, you know, I'm excited because I love Persona. I'm an Atlas fanboy. Debating buying Soul Hackers though, because you played one, played on them, but probably gonna get it anyway. Shin Megami Tensei type games are the best, and yeah, buy this.
I might pick up Persona 5 Royale for Series X. I
was gonna say if it's PlayStation, I can let you borrow it, but I don't.
Well, Jeremy bought them for me. I have the PS4 version of Persona 5 Royale, and I think also he has the regular versions, and he's got almost every Persona game. Like, he's been working on collecting all of them. I have a couple of them as well. But Persona 5 Royale we get October 21st, so we'll see where that goes. After that, we had a surprise visit from Hideo Kojima, who showed up to announce he's working on a game with almost no details. It's going to be cloud-based, and then he disappeared like the smoke into the wind.
That sounds like troll.
And this announcement caused so many PlayStation fans to be so angry. And I'm like, dude, he's a developer. He can make stuff where he wants to.
Right.
Calm down. There's already people putting up, like, calling for the game to be canceled, for him to not be allowed to develop games anymore. And I'm like,
that's me.
This is just...
I was on the Reddit post. I'm a keyboard warrior. I had to get on there. I was like, I'm done complaining about Lightyear. I have to complain about this now. But no, I just like seeing him be happy. Kojima has been an awesome dude. He was done wrong by the people he was with.
Yeah, so Konami screwed him over hard.
Yeah, let him do whatever he wants, and I don't care. I'm still gonna support it as long as I don't have to buy an Xbox. So if I can get it on PC, yeah, maybe. Probably not actually.
I wasn't the biggest fan or wanted to play his last game, but like, I'm not saying it shouldn't exist. I'm glad people really enjoyed it. Like, they should be able to, you know?
Mm-hmm.
It just may not be a big thing for me, but whatever. After that, we got the first actual gameplay look at Starfield coming in 2023, which this is going to be Xbox Series X and S, PC, and cloud. We got a 15-minute gameplay demo, showed a very deep custom character creator, design, build, man, and fly your own ships. And then there's over 1,000 planets in 100 different solar systems to explore.
No man,
people lost their mind about that because they're like, oh, there's just going to be so much stuff out there. And I was like, all right, stop and think about it. In our one actual solar system, the real one we live in, there are hundreds of solar bodies, not just planets, not just moons, all kinds of things of massive size. And out of all of those, we've only found one that has civilization. So if you go by that rule for all of these, 100 solar systems, you may have like 100 populated worlds with big, the biggest cities they've ever done you could work on. And there's going to be other ones that are just different environments that you can build bases and do other things and explore and mine and all that might have life, might not. They showed a whole variety of different places. That's just how space is. I don't know about the life part, but it's there.
Honestly, I hope that in our lifetime we do not find life in space, because knowing us, we will try and do something horrible to it and it will retaliate, and I don't want to deal with that. So like,
or there'll be another alien race with like a bunch of weapons, and they just like, oh, boom.
With our luck, it would end
Plane
up being with humanity. It'd be like the Futurama episode with the popples, where we just eat them. Like we just can't quit eating them. These poplars. That's what it was, poplars.
Yeah, that was disturbing. That episode was really
it was so adorable, but I still want to eat it. So yeah, that was the Microsoft event. We're 2 events down, people. 2 events down.
Wow.
How many events are there?
Too many. Coming up next was the Capcom Showcase on June 13th. This one will hopefully go through kind of quick. Resident Evil 4 got some updates. Leon is able to move and aim in the same time, which was a huge change and why a lot of people preferred the Wii version or the VR version of Resident Evil 4 because it let you do that. Now you can do it directly, which is great. The Ganado have been redesigned. I'm curious how this is going to work or how they're going to look. They didn't really show too much, but whatever. Monster Hunter Rise Sunbreak got a whole bunch of updates. This one's releasing June 30th, so just a few more days here, people. Multiple demos.
My boy Gore Magala coming back finally in HD.
Yeah, I still have his little statue from the collector's edition of 4.
Yeah, I'm excited. I love his armor set and weapons and everything.
Yeah, he was creepy looking. Multiple demos are out now for different skill levels and capabilities.
Mm-hmm.
Daimyo Harmatar, Espinas, Gormagala, and Pyre Rachna Kadaki being added in the expansion, among others. Monster Hunter 2.
Said a prayer?
I did. I'm pretty sure I summoned something. One of my kids is possessed across the house now. Just, I am the vessel. Like, I'll get it out later. As long as he does the cat box, he'll be fine. Monster Hunter 2 Jungle Map is being added with modern enhancements, so it'd be kind of cool to run around that again, because most people probably don't remember that map. Lucent Narcocuga being added in August as the first free title update, with others coming in fall, winter, and 2023, which I guess that is now 3 of the new seasons, followed up by Endless Summer of Burning Earth. It's too damn hot, people.
It really is.
Resident Evil Village is getting updates and expansions, which is called the Winter's Expansion, coming October 28th of this year. That includes Shadows of Rose expansion that lets you take control of a grown-up Rose who is exploring a world in the Megama site. Not even going to apologize if I said that wrong. To explore mysteries about herself, with the gameplay all being in third person now. And on top of that, they've added a third person option for the main game of Village when they did this. And then they added Resident Evil Village Mercenaries is getting Lady Dimitrescu or whatever. So, tall, as everyone likes to describe it, tall, large, big-boobed woman who steps on things. Is all
they call her mommy or something like that?
Yeah, I'm sure they do. Come on, people. It's a game. The ones that people cosplaying are like just getting aggravated. Like, that's all you want me to do is say that? Like, whatever, you weirdos. Like, I think it's hilarious.
I just love how they bypassed her daughters and went straight to her. But, whatever.
Right.
Resident Evil's like, yeah, we made the 3 daughters, but people were like, yeah, we want the mom instead. So, whatever. I'm just like...
We know how you are, you people.
You sickos.
Resident Evil Village Gold is being released. It contains the main game and the expansions together, which is probably what I'll end up picking up. And then what I was really happy about, Resident Evil 2 Remake, Resident Evil 3 Remake, and Resident Evil 7 all received already, you can get them now, free next-gen updates for Xbox Series X, S, PS5, and PC. So this adds a 4K mode with ray tracing, or you can have 4K with high frame rate 120 hertz modes. So the game's looking good. I reloaded Resident Evil 2 Remake, and I need to restart it and see how much ray tracing they actually added. That game was already moody and nasty and just gorgeous to play. So I don't know. Have you guys played any of the remakes yet?
Nope, I don't do Resident Evil.
Yeah, I do not do.
Disappointed. But just
the only time I've ever played Resident Evil was when Kyle made me play it on my channel like forever ago. It was the VR version, and I was terrified the entire time.
Kyle's got it right. We can make you play something you don't want. You are going to play Scorn on a channel.
No,
we're going to make you do it somehow in VR. No. But like, there's a scene in the opening of Resident Evil 2 when you first get to the police station and you find a cop that just laying there like this with his head down, and you lift his head up and you see like in great detail as it's sliced across his face and his face is like pulling apart. And I was like, oh, that's so just nasty.
I love it.
Now we get to see it in ray tracing.
I could play like, Sonic Riders instead.
Which one's scarier? Some of the Sonic games or this Resident Evil?
You want my honest answer?
Yes. Yes, I do. I'm feeling frisky. Give me the answer.
Sonic 06. Definitely
that's where you're going.
The scariest
magma level.
Scariest thing.
That or Sonic Unleashed. Oh my gosh. Anyway.
Sonic is just low-key survival horror. It's just you having to survive playing it, and people don't get that.
I still can't believe she kissed him. I'm like, what is going on? Like,
well, the Sonic Unleashed
furries are going on. That's
when Sonic dies and Unleashed.
That was so funny.
Oh wow!
You play the whole game just from the die. But whatever.
Once again, Sony has kind of caused a weird update with this. If you have Resident Evil 7 on PS5, but you got it through the PlayStation Plus collection that they gave away to everyone who bought a PS5 and got PlayStation Plus, you don't get the update. You're not allowed to play it in the higher resolution modes or with ray tracing. You have to then go and buy the game itself to be able to get the update. Which makes no sense to me. Like, you gave people this game as a bonus, they wouldn't have to buy it, and now you're denying them the update because they haven't bought it. This is dumb. Moving on to something else that seems dumb. Resident Evil RE-Verse, officially launching in October. 6-player PvP deathmatch game with characters from Resident Evil series. I'm not excited for this. I'm sorry. Every time I see it, I'm like, this is still a thing? I thought they canceled this.
Every time I see it, I'm like, man, they keep making Resident Evil games.
I like Resident Evil games, but like a multiplayer shooter again? Why? Like, I opened up my RE2 when I was going to reinstall it, and there's an advertisement in there for RE-Verse, and I was like, oh wow, I forgot this was a thing years ago when this game came out.
This, I don't know. Maybe it's just the fact that like I absolutely like just don't vibe with Resident Evil.
That's fair. It's a series I've always enjoyed, but it's not for everybody.
I mean, I respect it. I just don't play it myself.
Jill was fun in Marvel vs. Capcom too.
True.
She was very good in that. Exoprimal gameplay trailer was shown for 2023 for Series XS, Xbox One, PS4, PS5, and PC. Network test is coming with a PvPvE co-op action game.
PvPvE.
Player versus everyone, I think.
Player versus everything. You just
if it moves, shoot it.
They should
if
be
it bleeds,
PVA.
you can kill it.
Yeah, PVA. Player versus all. Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Or
Street Fighter 6 coming 2023, PS5, PS4, Xbox Series XS, and Steam. Notably, once again, no Xbox One title.
Good.
So they're making a PS4 one, but they're not making one for Xbox One, which is fine.
Good.
I'm okay with that. We're getting at least one major announcement before the end of the year. And they did say crossplay will be enabled day one for all the systems to play together. So that is great.
Yes. Also, I wanted to say I'm excited for Exoprimal. I probably will buy that.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to skip over it. I just thought it was like a...
Not good. I will probably be buying that. Just wanted to say that.
Okay.
But yeah, no,
I got to look at this now because I was like,
it's like because it's kind of the elements I wanted in Scalebound. Like, I'm not even lying. I'm just like, this is what it just seems kind of fun too. Like, hey, like, we gotta go fight a giant T-Rex and it looks pretty beautiful. I'm not gonna lie. So like, and the soundtrack, at least what they showed in the trailer, which probably won't actually be the soundtrack, kind of banging. But
yeah,
I'm excited for that. In Street Fighter 6, the faces threw me off, but
the faces look better than they did in 5. The faces in 5 are horrendous. They had to go back and redo them.
The only thing I want in Street Fighter 5 is for them to not monetize the crap
You mean
out of
Street
it.
Fighter 6?
Yes, that one. Thank you.
Okay.
I'm about to say Street Fighter 5. They've already monetized the crap out of it.
Who
Yeah,
cares
no.
what you want? It's already
But
out.
I mean, like, to an unreasonable degree. It's just like, can I just have a giant? But nope, you got to pay 5 separate times for it all. I'm just
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
I'm
the only
still
other
team
fighting game.
SoCal.
Say what?
I said I'm still team SoCal, honestly.
There you go. Southern California, we're here for you. The only other game I'm aware of that monetized as bad as Street Fighter 5 did was the Killer Instinct on Xbox.
Yeah.
The difference was Street Fighter had a bigger name and could kind of survive, while Killer Instinct couldn't keep it going as well. Like Killer Instinct was a fun game, but they over monetized too much of it. I bought that game 3 freaking times, physical copies, and I still don't have access to all the stuff. And I'm like,
Oh my
Oh,
goodness.
wow.
this is ridiculous.
That is stupid.
3 different versions, and it's still not everything. I just quit. I gave up. I was like, I'm trying to play your game, but no.
I'm trying to be great, but you won't let me, man.
Right?
I got the Steam version where it was supposedly everything. I played it for a while. It was
I'm sure 30
interesting.
minutes later they added something else.
Probably.
Caleb just bought it. Quick, add a new character.
What? That was freaking SoCal for me, bro. Like, I kept buying everything SoCal for 6, and they're like, no, it was also Tekken and
Yeah.
Street Fighter. They need to
Tekken.
stop with these fighting games, man. I'm like, just let me buy the deluxe.
No,
Just
they
however
might-
fighting they come out.
Oh, and we have the Capcom Fighting Collection coming out this month, so yeah.
I'm probably gonna get that.
Oh, I
hate it.
know I'm getting that. We are playing it online.
I hate it.
Let the
yeah.
fighting start. The last thing they had, this technically wraps in another event they had yesterday or day before yesterday. Dragon's Dogma 10th anniversary event was announced for June 16th. Mostly they talked about the history leading up to the development of Dragon's Dogma. I'm going to go back and watch that to see more about that part of it, because I had to kind of rush through it, getting the notes done for here last night. But the big thing is they did announce Dragon's Dogma 2 is currently in development. No announcement for when it's coming out, when they think it'll come out, or for what it'll be on. But
It's probably coming out next
they
Friday.
pulled off shirts and they had it. So there you go. That's like their thing now. They pull off a shirt to show another shirt with the game title on it.
Oh, I thought you meant the characters were naked.
No, I'm talking about the developers, which they were not naked either.
I don't remember if the anime is like good or not, or like
They showed a clip of it and I was like, good Lord, it got to that point. I didn't even know it had an anime.
yeah, no, it's Netflix.
I missed some
exclusive,
things.
I think. Yeah,
I
I
know.
hear it's decent. I think.
I still got to get with you guys and be like, start getting assignments of anime I need to watch, like within reason.
Yes.
Don't like throw me into the deep end here, people.
You gotta go back and you gotta watch Astro Boy, the 1955.
I've actually watched that. I love that series,
Mm-hmm. You
including the originals.
should watch
Um,
Cyborg 009. It's good.
That's
But
another one I
anyway.
have actually seen.
Okay, good. Yeah, see?
Yeah, no, that was
All
also
right,
really
well,
good.
you're
I love
already
the art
halfway
style.
there.
Yay!
Lupin the Third.
I've only seen some of it. I need to pick a version and watch it, I guess.
Yeah, definitely. I'll help you with that later. But
Okay.
yeah. So Dragon's Dogma is happening. I
Yep,
am
Dragon
not
Dogma
caring.
2. Dragon Dogma 1
yeah.
has already happened.
Yeah,
I guess people were hoping for a remake of the first one, but I'm like, you're getting a sequel. I almost kind of prefer that.
yeah.
I do wonder if it's backwards
definitely
compatible.
I definitely rather a sequel than a remake. So
Yeah.
Sonic Riders 3. If you hear me, they have it.
All right, so now on to another show back with Xbox again. It's the Xbox Game Showcase Extended.
Ooh,
That was-
extended.
I actually kind of like that they did this, okay? This was Tuesday, June 14th. I didn't know what they were going to do, but most of this ended up being conversations and in-depth looks at particular games that they talked about, which is good. Like, you're not wasting the time on one particular title during their main event. People can space it out and talk about these things and go in depth on it, which is good. You get to see more about the game if you liked it. They did have a couple of actual announcements, which was kind of cool. I forgot to note it on here, but oh crap, what was the Leatherface? What was that movie? Texas Chainsaw Massacre is getting a game.
Oh,
Yeah,
I think that one's actually Xbox exclusive too. But that's coming out. I didn't remember seeing the date. I guess I missed the quick update when I was spinning through here to get the notes, but I remember seeing it before. Valheim, PC fall 2022, and Xbox early spring 2023, which is going to be a launch exclusive as well. Say what?
So I think I'm excited about that.
I need to see more about it. Slime Rancher 2 is coming fall 2022.
I'm
Xbox
excited for
consoles,
that.
PC, and cloud. I have the first one. I just need to break down and play it. Like, I got a hold of a copy of the first one on Xbox, and I just haven't booted it up.
It's fairly relaxing.
It looks cute.
It is
looks
adorable.
Super cute. I think, is it something Jennifer might like, either trying to play or playing with me?
Will she enjoy it? Yes, probably. It's cute. So you feed the slimes, they poop out stuff, and it's fun. Yeah. And you explore.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, there's really not a lot to it. You just go explore, find blueprints or whatever, and build the cages and farm slimes.
Okay. I'll have to help her with it, but I think she'll like it.
Yeah.
Fall Guys Spartan Showdown coming June 30th to July 4th is an Xbox console exclusive event.
Same.
Fall Guys I don't care about, but the trailer they made that was poking fun at the Halo 3 trailer where you had it was almost like a museum display done where everything was laid out and, you know, you're looking through the display until it gets to the Master Chief and his head finally moves at the end. And they did that with the Fall Guys, but they were trying to hold still and they're like being hung by wires. And I was like, okay, I got a laugh out of that. That was good. After that, they showed clips of different games being made by teams located all over the world for ID at Xbox. Some of the ones listed for this were France, Latvia, China, UK, South Africa, Brazil, Colombia, Indonesia, Japan, Malaysia, the Philippines, US, Mexico, Australia, Ukraine, and more. Like, they just went through a bunch of these. So
no, it was dope.
Yeah, Microsoft is pushing for developers like from all around the world in places you don't normally see game developers at.
Yeah, I would like to have seen more like places where, like, I get it, but like I think it'd be cool if they go to places where they don't have like as good of resources, like Microsoft kind of step in and help them build that up and build like the next generation of gamers and developers. I think that'd be really cool. But
I think for some of these places they are doing that a lot. I mean,
I could see the Philippines, yeah,
for a couple spots. But I mean, the games they showed really quick snippets. I didn't have a chance to list all the titles, but like there were some really graphically and stylized, unique titles that they showed off. So I don't know. Next up, they had Project Moorcroft, which this isn't so much a game as it's a project they're working on where developers can create demos like the ones that you put in for, you know, traditional E3 or other large events where they have people sitting there with them to play these demos and get feedback from, but they'll be able to release these on Game Pass specifically and exclusively so players can play them and give feedback and hear from them. But the cool thing about it is developers, because these demos take time and money, are actually going to get paid through Game Pass to, you know, generate these demos and put them out. So they get the feedback that they're not able to get from people trying them out at events, while also not being burdened with having to pay to make these demos as much to get out there. So I kind of get why they're making it Game Pass exclusive, because they're actually paying the people. Like, you want them to make money on this and to be able to work on it. I can accept that. You know, you're not just going to get it for free.
Yeah.
So that's interesting. I know Sony was trying something with paid demos as well. I don't know how that entire system works, but we'll see. And the last thing they covered at this event was a very impactful video showing the development behind Stalker 2, Heart of Chernobyl, which they spell Chornobyl. I double checked 3 times that is actually how they have it spelled on their title.
Are you sure?
Yeah, Google's like, that's not how you spell Chernobyl. Well, that's how they spelled it, so I'm going to stick with that. Their art is the same thing. Threw me off. I was like, there should be an E in here somewhere. I guess they make it distinct for a reason.
I wonder if they did that to kind of like, I don't know, political things. Like kind of like to not spell it the way that they spell it and kind of spelled it the way I think that's, I don't know for factual, but I do know that, like, I think I think it's spelled with a O, like in the other proverbs, like around the Ukraine.
Maybe.
I think it's spelled with an E in Russia. So I think that's what it might be, but I don't want to say.
Oh, that makes more sense.
I don't know if that's specific, so I don't want to like touch on that.
We'll
too
have
much,
to look
but
into it. That's a good point.
Yeah.
I didn't realize about. So
Yeah.
learned something.
So
they showed the progress as well as the impact the war in Ukraine has had on the Russian developers as Russia invades on the Ukrainian developers. Their development families and footage directly of what the war is doing to them, where they're showing like the days before the event, everything was going good. The first days of the actual attacks, where you're hearing sirens going off as shellings are coming in. They're showing as they're packing up their family and packing up the computers and stuff to try and get out of there. There was one developer who was like, here's the cat carrier for my pet, but they died the first day of shelling.
Mm-hmm.
Trying to show an impact of what this is going as Russia is invading Ukraine in a way that they should not be doing. Like they should not be there. They don't need to be there. It is an act of war. Not all the employees were able to leave the area. So some of them had to stay behind, and they were actually showing them suited up for battle, actual guns, like getting ready to fight, and still promising that they're going to be working on Stalker 2 as best they can to get it out. But the fact that Microsoft actually aired this as like a worldwide stream, people in Russia probably weren't even allowed to watch it. Like that was probably not happening because they just called them out on that.
Yeah,
it's a really dumb reason to go to. I don't there shouldn't be a war anyways, but like just how petty this is specifically just doesn't make any sense.
This is why I can't have superpowers, y'all. Like my superhero name would be War Ender for a reason.
All right.
Anyway,
Putin's a rabid dog at this point. Like it's just, it needs to be dealt with. It's ridiculous because he's just killing people for no reason whatsoever. But they closed this out by showing the opening scenes of Stalker 2 Heart of Chernobyl, which they still list is coming out in 2023. The developers are still insistent the game is coming out at that time. I mean, they even showed people that were working on the game while the war was going on. Like they're stuck in their places. Sometimes they just have to find something to do. I understand that of doing work, and some of them talked about the fact of how hard it is to write, violent parts of stories while actual violence is going on around them. And I can only imagine how difficult that would be.
Yeah.
And I hope as many of them are able to get out of there safely. And hopefully this war will be over very soon because this is just going on for too long. So, all right. So that closes off the last of the Xbox stuff for this show. And our last show of this show is the Square Enix one, which seriously, this should just be their version of Farmville because they're milking something to death. Rachel is screaming at me in her mind right now.
I love it. Team Rachel. I love it. To Final Fantasy. Spending all the cash.
Yeah, Final Fantasy 7 is what they keep going into. Like they have other games, guys. You can make other stuff.
7 number 1, 7 number 2, 7 prequel, 7.5.
Listen, it sounds like you broke and can't afford.
You want to play that game?
I'm just joking. No, but seriously, I'm excited.
So yeah, Final Fantasy VII Remake Integrate coming June 17th on Steam. So that was yesterday for our recording time or even earlier, whenever this comes out. Compatible with the Steam Deck, which they brought up, which is kind of cool that they're doing that. Apparently this is just never going to release on Xbox. Like,
yeah.
Why are you happy about that though? Like they announced this as being a multi-platform. People are playing it because it's not even a game they announced during this show is coming to Xbox. So I don't get, people are thinking like Sony must have put a lot of money in or tried to extend the time because it's only supposed to be about a year.
I'm not actually excited that it's not coming. I just find it funny because
right now you're frozen in a celebratory, like you're mocking me. Like I'm taking a picture of this to send to you. Just be like, this is the look of like when you're telling me, Oh, I'm not actually upset. You're just like this. Oh, you finally unfroze. You're done mocking me, I see.
That's great. But no, it's pettiness because like a lot of Xbox fanboys are just like, like how does it feel that the tables are turned and now the PlayStation has nothing and we have everything? And the person who said that to me was actually really excited for Integrate, and the fact that it's still not on Xbox causes me slight joy. But everybody else, I want it to happen. For him, I want it to forever. I'm not having it, but for anybody else, I think everybody should enjoy the love of Final Fantasy VII. I do think the way they're rolling it out is a cash grab. They should just put it all out instead of like 3 volumes. Like, I do agree with that.
Honestly,
I think,
waiting just for like one bulk collection 20 years from now, I'm just
It's not going to happen.
I'm hoping
at this point, that's going to be like on a PS6 or something.
Yeah,
part of my problem with Final Fantasy VII's remake is it's not a remake. For one thing, they changed the story drastically, but they sold it as a remake. Too. So I was looking forward to it as a remake of a set game, and then I found out it's only this opening part and all the other stuff from this, which are not going to be remakes. Which we'll jump ahead to that. They call it Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, coming to PS5 winter of 2023. So if you bought this on PS4, you have to get a PS5 to continue the story, which that's an issue.
Fun.
Like, so why did you even bother releasing it on PS4 if you were just going to cut your losses and jump to PS5 only? For a trilogy, you might as well keep it on the same system.
I feel like because if they didn't do that, they would make everyone mad because there was the whole nobody could get a hold of a PS5 thing, and I think that's why they did it, but I don't know.
Well, I mean, you still got to get a PS5. Like, I don't know if anything carries over with that. Like, is the PS4 stuff going to connect and carry over to PS5? Yeah. Because so far, any game that's done that has been an absolute nightmare with how they have it set up. Trying to get your stuff moved over for Spider-Man was terribly done. Like, it took
when
a while
did you do it when it first came out? Because I had no issue. Okay, well they fixed it because I got mine like 3 months ago. I don't know when did I get my PS5 Strange. Like you had to still have your previous copy, load into it with your saves, go in after doing the update to upload a part of it, go to the PS5 version, download that part of it, and then go back and see if you can get the different saves over. And it was just like, what the heck? For me, it was like, do you have your PS4 still? Yes. Ethernet cord or Wi-Fi? I'm like, Ethernet. Transfer over, start PS5, everything's there. Like, everything.
Yeah, you could do that for transferring stuff over. I'm talking about, like, carrying over the game save to the PS5 specific Spider-Man was just so ridiculously difficult. You couldn't just take your game save and carry it over. That did not work. You had to convert it and do stuff. Because you could only get the PS5 edition if you bought the special edition of Miles Morales. Otherwise, you're just playing the PS4 version via backwards compatibility.
Oh, well, I know that my friend got me the PS5 version, which I think is still here on this table. Nope, it's not here. It's somewhere else. Well, he got it for him. Oh, yeah, he did. Okay, I mean, it's underneath like my plethora of controllers. But
he just unplugged his computer. Whoops.
Yeah, so it just kind of went straight. Like, I didn't have any issues with it. And
is that the standard, or is that which edition is it?
Ultimate edition.
Okay, no, that's the one that, because there's a digital code for the PS5 Spider-Man 1.
I didn't have any problem. Maybe they fixed it.
Maybe they did. I hope they did. I mean, it's good Lord, that is the best way to play Spider-Man. That game is gorgeous on there. Oh my God. The 60 frame and the ray trace light mode. Woo.
Oh my God. And the punches and everything. I was like, I feel like a hot girl summer right now. I was just like, I'm not gonna lie. I am not one who like, oh yeah, the difference in this video game quality, blah blah. But no, Spider-Man.
No, it's like, a night and day difference.
Shout out to the Xbox X. They actually did a really good job with jumping.
Must be nice having a PS5.
It is strange. It's super nice.
And cool.
Flex.
Let me get my Samus helmet down and then.
Glad all could be happy.
Thank you. Hey.
Yeah.
Last time I checked, you were married. I'm married to life. Like one of my friends, side story. I just bought a new truck and one of my friends was like, man, I'm so jealous. I was like, yeah. Well, I remember when you said Like you were flaunting your wife to me. It's like, oh, I get to go home to dinner. You gotta cook yours. Sorry, bruh. Yeah. I think we're even. You know. Oh, also you had like 3 kids. How's that credit card bill working out for you? No, nothing against you, Jeremy. Just like
I'm about to say,
guy is.
I'm doing good. I got,
No,
kids, wife, my family,
not
my
Jeremy.
food.
Disclaimer. Yeah, no, it's like you're not bragging about it though. So like, I have nothing against married people. He's just kind of a prick, and yeah.
Jeez.
So
all right, so I know I have some negativity on the beginning part of the Square Enix, and I'm frustrated with how they're handling the stuff with Final Fantasy VII. Because, like, I get it. People enjoy it. I'm glad they do enjoy it, but it's not the end-all, be-all of everything. And the way they're spreading this out is kind of weird. But there was some really good announcements I thought were kind of neat. There's a couple I thought were weird. But moving on from that, Final Fantasy VII Ever Crisis for iOS and Android looked like a weird another remake of Final Fantasy VII, but in closed beta in 2022.
That's Square Enix being Square Enix. They got to give us...
I was so confused.
Square Enix got to be like, okay, it's been an obscene amount of years or some random number. It's time to go back to the phone. Like they did it with the Kingdom Hearts game. They did it with some other game too. I don't remember what it was called. It was like Chrysalim or something. I don't know. And now they're doing it with this. And they did it with Dissidia too. So I'm just like, they just randomly be doing this. And I just kind of ignore it. I'm like, yeah, okay. We see you. It's like you're giving a child attention. Yep, that's a great backflip. Proud of you. When you're not paying any attention.
Well done, people.
Like, yeah, that's what it's like when they put things on mobile. So I'm just like, okay, Square, good job. I'm proud of you.
Right.
Thank you.
After that, this one I was really excited about because this was one of the games I loved on the PSP, and I'm glad to see it coming back again because it was never available digitally. I can only play it on my original PSP because I have the disc. Crisis Core Final Fantasy VII Reunion. Coming out for PS5, PS4, Switch, Xbox Series X and S, and Xbox One and Steam.
Wow.
It's on the same engine that they're running Final Fantasy VII Remake, which is also why I'm wondering why that's not brought over yet, but whatever. But it's coming this winter, like just out of the blue, boom, winter. And for those listening, this whole time Amon is doing the happy dance.
I'm so excited, man. This is my game. This is the story that no one seems to know about.
I loved it on PSP. I loved it.
My boy Zach is coming in clutch. And let me tell you, if you buy this on Switch, you playing yourself because it looks amazing. No disrespect to Switch, but like, come on,
I want to play it on there to see just what they do. Like, I'm curious.
But
like,
I mean, it's like a curiosity.
It's not the only way I'm playing it. Yeah,
it's not like a daily driver thing.
I'm getting this on Series X.
Yeah, like I'm gonna say, this is a PS5 cop. Like, strange if you do not have a PS5 by then, you're coming over to play this game. Like, because it is like, oh, sorry.
I mean, Caleb can actually play this one. It's coming out to PS4 and as well.
No,
so.
we not letting him go out like that. Like, this is a next gen. I'm sorry. Like, that trailer looked crisp. The story, the music.
I mean, he could buy the new consoles, but he has all these cat bills.
Oh yeah, listen, sure.
Listen. What's the last you? Oh god, that's gonna be really dark. Okay, think about it this way.
Mm-hmm.
Just do both.
Do both.
When I have a hard choice, I'm like, why choose?
That's not how choices work, man.
It is for me. Like,
he's not wrong.
You're gonna get shot in some love triangle. Why'd you try and date them both? Well, I had to make a choice. I chose both.
I couldn't choose.
And here I am being shot.
No. This is how it would turn out. They'd be like, okay, that's fine. We could work this out. It's like, what? Oh, am I?
Jerry, I was at a restaurant yesterday. I got a free $12 cake. Like,
not even joking. Just because he joked around.
Wow.
He's like, I didn't get barbecue sauce in my burger. Can I get a piece of cake for free? They're like, yeah, sure. Like, what?
Yeah.
Good Lord. We got free ice cream and stuff for our anniversary dinner, but like that was a little surprise, but free cake. Wow. Good job.
Yeah. Balling.
And jumping into the very final thing for this show, the Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, which is for PS5 winter 2023. As we mentioned, this is going to be, they're making the remake series will be a trilogy. So this will be the second title coming out. So it'll be Remake, Rebirth, and then an untitled third game coming out who knows when. So in about 10 to 20 years, we'll then see each of these remakes remade into 3 remakes as it separates until eventually millions of years from now, Final Fantasy VII is a living being as each game is an individual split cell and it's grown up into a being.
And I'm happy about that.
That's how the world ends.
This is how
I saw someone on Twitter, it's like Square Enix cracked out of their mind, like doing this.
I'm cool with what they're doing, and I like the fact they're playing with the story. I just wish they had been more clear about it. Like, don't name it remake. Only show stuff that is a direct remake, and then wonder why people are like, "Dude, why are you changing? This isn't a remake. You're changing the story. Like, what the crap?" Like, just be clear about it. Come on.
Yeah,
I don't know. That's me.
Yeah,
I'm sure I'll have other people yelling at me about it. Rachel.
Probably yes.
yeah. Like,
no. Caleb got tired of hearing us argue about the games on the radio show.
I would just sit there like,
Yeah.
yeah. All right, time for a break.
Never having these two on again. He would say every week. Oh man. So yeah, that's a lot of stuff going on. Like, we had 2 events from Microsoft, Capcom, Square Enix, the other weird event by Jeff Keighley, and just all these things. But like, there's so much to go through. I think we made it through pretty quick though.
yeah, I'm excited for the future of gaming.
Well, here, I want to ask each of you real quick. I know we said no roundtable,
7.
but we're going to do a quick one. What?
7.
24.
Well, I was going to ask, what announcement out of all of these is the one you're most excited for?
Do I even have to tell you?
Didn't I just answer the question?
I think you both did, which is annoying. But yeah,
like,
Caleb, go ahead and say it again.
Silk Song! Hello there, let's go! I'm excited
Moon Knight
already.
Silk Song.
Yeah!
I'm not going to yell into the mic.
Thank
I'm going to very politely say
because the
Crisis
waveform is
Core
like
Final
capped
Fantasy
out for Caleb.
7.
Yeah, it is.
I'm sorry. Go ahead, Amon. My bad.
You're good. Crisis Core Final Fantasy 7 Reunion.
Nice.
Silk Song.
Shut up. You already had your answer.
Silk Song.
Hey,
Shut up.
Hey, you already had your answer.
Shut.
Stop it.
I hope it gets
Shut.
away.
Oh, Lord. For me, I think it has to be the... I kept debating about this. Like, I was excited about Forza Motorsports, and I'm really wanting to play that, but damn it, Forza Horizon 5 Hot Wheels is going to be so much fun. So I just really want to play that. In all seriousness, no, I think the game that caught my attention was Pentiment. I want to play that old school detective style game. It's so unique for how it looks. Y'all are like, what's he talking about? I forgot about that game already.
I think, honestly, after I think about it, it's got to be Fall Guys for me. Like,
What in the... Such a...
It's whatever Hideo Kojima announced. I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
He doesn't
I'm
know what
actually
it is.
super excited for that one. I don't know what it is.
I'm super excited for the next Smash character that they showcased here. Like, they did it like in a way that if you weren't watching the right way, you wouldn't know. Like, I just feel like since you know Kojima and like that, so the next character has to be Vash from Trigun. Like, it aligns.
So it turns out if you go back and watch the Kojima clip with 3D glasses, you could actually see what the game is and the next Smash character all in one. It's crazy.
People really didn't understand, like, when they said that, like, they were doing that, they were really saying that Chip and Dale is the new tag team in Smash.
The strippers, not the actual characters.
Oh my God.
Oh.
Lord Jesus.
It's a whole new level to Smash.
It's a whole new world.
Oh, Lord. All right. I think we've gone off the rails. I think it's time to end this.
Yeah.
So, Caleb, we will start with you. Where can we find you on the internet?
You can look for my YouTube channel. Look for Strangely Entertaining. I haven't uploaded in a while, but I do plan to do that at some point. Also, look for me on Twitch. Look for the same thing. And then I'm also on Twitter at StrangelyInt, where sometimes I tweet things.
All right. And Amon, where can we find you on the internet?
You can find me at Static Dreads on Twitter. Come out, let's have a conversation. Talk about anything you want, anime, video games, movies, whatever. And you can find my podcast that Caleb never endorses on any of his stuff.
I
said
was
at
letting you do it.
He said multiple times
Did you
this
want me
year.
to do it?
At Content Breaker, even the shows that I haven't been on, I've listened and you haven't done it. I just want you to know that. But you can find us at Content Breaker, where we'll be doing the same thing we do here. Just, and maybe we'll have Jeremy on once we start getting into some video game stuff, which is planned to happen soon. So
that would be awesome. I would look forward to that.
Cool.
And I've been your host, Jeremy Powers. You can find me over on Twitter at Zenspath, ZNSPATH, or you can find the official Twitter account for the show at ZenspathPod. You can also find our video version of this of the show over at youtube.com/ZenspathCom. And then you can also find us on iTunes, Spotify, Stitcher, all kinds of places. But yeah, that's been episode 69. Nice. Of the Zenspath 4-Button Podcast, and we're out.
Bye.
Peace.
Nice.
Happy 22nd anniversary, Amanda. I love you.